Oh, what a release it is. Of course, we are back yet again here tonight because we don't take days off. And so, here tonight, we have the glorious opportunity to just sit back, relax, and watch these two teams beat the crap out of each other. Because our New York Knicks swept their matchup, the Philadelphia 76ers, and they're on their way to a conference finals berth. Now, either the Cavs or the Pistons will move on. Obviously, we know Detroit is leading the series 2-1. And so, we get to just watch these two teams and see and analyze how our New York Knicks might match up with them. But here tonight, let's get ahead. Let's tune in for a good show. This is game 4. We've covered the other 3, so we know what to expect from these two teams. Can Cleveland continue to extend the series? We'll get to find out. So let's get ahead. Let's jump right into it. And that is correct, folks. We are indeed back in the building yet again, and I am so excited for tonight's game for a multitude of reasons. Reason number 1, Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons, they've been playing some fun basketball against each other. We're in for a good night. We're in for a good night of basketball, which, you know, you're not always going to be able to get between the Lakers and the Thunder, between the Knicks and the Sixers. You're not going to get good games out of those teams, out of those series. Those are likely going to be over tonight as the Thunder are looking to sweep the Lakers, and I do expect them to pull off the sweep. Although we did watch the Minnesota Timberwolves and San Antonio Spurs have an incredibly entertaining game last night, but that was also without Victor Wembanyama. I do expect the Spurs to pull that one off now in 6 games for them, but once you start getting to 6 games, there you go. There you go. You're going to give yourself an opportunity. Now, here tonight, we're going to see if Cleveland can also force their series to go 6 games. They are undefeated at home in the playoffs, 5-0. They are winless on the road during this playoffs. They've only won at home. Okay, that is also to bring up the fact that in the previous game that they won, Game 3, season on the line, ball was not in the hands of Donovan Mitchell, who I would undoubtedly say is the best player in the team. Ball was not in his hands. As a matter of fact, the guy who had the ball in his hands told him, go stand in the corner, I got this. Go ahead, little kid. Go ahead, pup. Go stand in the corner. I got this. And it's crazy because the guy who was doing that is, and has the reputation of, is a career dropper in the playoffs. A guy who consistently does not come through in the clutch for his team. And yet, Game 3, season on the line. And of course, James Harden stepped in and said, I got us. I'm gonna come through when our team needs us the most. So, I think the most important thing of this series to talk about in the pregame here is how the Cavs are going to show up against this Pistons team, because the Pistons, if they play well, they will win. If they play their game, they will win. Cade Cunningham had a triple-double, almost quadruple-double as he ended the night with 8 turnovers. A disastrous night for Cade Cunningham. He had 3 straight turnovers on 3 straight possessions in the clutch. While this guy, who has the reputation and has the resume of doing it, of dropping in the playoffs. And yet, he outperformed Cade Cunningham in the clutch. So how can I have confidence in this Pistons team if Cade Cunningham's going to have 8 turnovers in a game? He has the most turnovers committed throughout the entirety of the playoffs of any other player. He's number 1 on the list. But how also can I trust this guy? Or, as a matter of fact, how can we trust this guy? Or, as a matter of fact, how can we trust this guy? Or, as a matter of fact, how can we trust this guy? This series is filled with some of the most untrustable players we've seen in the playoffs. Some of them are trying to rewrite their reputation, rewrite the history of what their careers have been so far. Like a Jared Allen, who, when not in foul trouble, has played consistently well, including a dominant Game 7 victory to get them to the second round, including James Harden, who stepped up in the clutch of Game 3 to drag his team back into a series that otherwise would have left them in the 3-0 hold and likely on their way to Cancun. So, can we get a Mobley game? Can we get a Mobley outing? Which, by the way, let me be fair to Evan Mobley. I think he's been pretty spectacular defensively in the series, especially in the paint against a much larger matchup of Jalen Duren, right? I think Donovan Mitchell, for the most part, has been pretty consistent throughout the games in its entirety of being solid for his team and putting up buckets. Maybe not necessarily in the clutch where they're leaning on James Harden, which I wouldn't, but they clearly feel comfortable doing it. Can he have himself a moment as well as a guy who's never been out of the second round? This series is very, very fascinating and becomes that much more interesting, obviously, if the Cavs can tie it about 2 games apiece, because if they go down 3-1, it becomes that much more difficult for the Cleveland Cavaliers to pull it off. They are at home. They are undefeated at home here in the playoffs. I do expect this to come down to the wire. I do expect this to be yet another good game. We'll see which team is able to pull it off. Crazy, what's up, Crazy? Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? We got to talk today on ESPN2 of their host. We're wearing white chef's hat. They are admiring from afar. Really? Shout out to them. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? PK, what's up, PK? TT in the morning, what's up, TT? Pistons need to steal one today. As long as the Pistons play their game and they play well and Cade Cunningham doesn't become a turnover machine, the Pistons should be able to win this series without too much of a hassle. It should be a 5-game series. Again, as long as they play their game and Cade Cunningham doesn't throw the game away, almost literally, with all the turnovers he had in the previous game, it should be the Pistons all the way. But can you trust that? Can you trust Cade Cunningham to not do that when he has consistently done that throughout his career, consistently done that this season, and consistently done that throughout the playoffs, going back to the last series, right? Can you trust James Harden to step up again in the clutch when that's not really something he's consistently done throughout his career? We'll see. We'll see. Ian Parkins, what's up, Ian? Ironically, we were here last year. We beat the world champs Celtics, and the number 1 seed was the Cavs, but we're upset. Watch out for Cleveland beating Detroit. Watch out for Cleveland beating Detroit. That is a good point, Ian. That's a good point. Joseph Taylor, what's up, Joseph? I do think the Cavs have an opportunity. Like, none of these games have been blowouts. None of these games have been runaways. The Pistons pulled out 2 games down the stretch, and the Cavs pulled 1 game out down the stretch, and we'll see how this one turns out. Not, what's up, not? Joseph Taylor, what's up, Joseph? Susan, of course, what's up, Susan? Albert, what's up, Albert? Joey DeLuca, what's up, Joey? Daniel Berry Sports, Ahmed, just as dead as always. Appreciate you guys, appreciate you. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Bruce Fowler, appreciate you, big dog. Michael Mack, what's up, Michael? Strange Times, what's up, Strange Times? Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? Slap you like because I don't have the proper subscriptions to watch the game. I'm just going to trust whatever you say. Appreciate you, Foong Pei. Tweety Bird getting uppercutted out of towns? What? Strange Times said, dude said Cade and turnover machine after I put Cade Cunningham for 20-plus points. Points don't have anything to do with turnovers. He'll probably get 20-plus points. Matter of fact, we can go through this. Mark, what's up, Mark? Muhammad, what's up, Muhammad? I hope the Cavs can come through tonight. Pistons will win in 7. I don't care who wins. Extend the series as long as possible. Beat each other up. So the Knicks have a little bit of an easier time in the next round. Although I got the Knicks regardless of what happens here. This is a good time. Let's go over the box score, the bingo card real quick. Brand new bingo card, of course, for every single game we have, most of the time. We have Harris for 15 points. A lot of the times, the things on the bingo card, if they come to fruition, it will greatly, greatly help their team to win. And if they don't, it's going to give them it's going to put them in a tough situation where they're going to have to overcome things and maybe get out-of-body experiences from other role guys in order to pull off the victory. So, let's go through the bingo card. Let's see what we're going to be looking out for each side. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Sons Jen, what's up, Sons Jen? Freeway, what's up, Freeway? Hold on. The light. I'm wondering why that ain't lit up over there. Here we go. So, the first one we have up here, because I'm not even on camera. First one we have up here is Tobias Harris for 15 points. Tobias Harris, 15 points. Incredibly important that the Pistons have gotten Tobias Harris going. Incredibly important. Kyle Turner, what's up, Kyle? Incredibly important for the Pistons that Tobias Harris continues to play well. He is really the only other somewhat reliable scorer outside of Cade Cunningham, a guy who can actually get a shot by himself. It's not always the greatest shot. It's usually a turnaround contested jumper. He's pretty dang good at that. And if he has a matchup advantage and he can just rise up and shoot over the smaller player, obviously it becomes a much better shot, much more higher percentage shot. The issue is that you're settling for contested mid-range fall-away jumpers. Again, he can knock those down, but if that's your consistent offense, what happens on a night where Harris is not knocking down that shot? Maybe he just doesn't have the touch. Maybe they put a larger defender on him. Maybe they made an adjustment. Where are the other points going to come from? So you're going to need Cade, who's always consistently doing his thing. He's going to have to cut down his turnovers, obviously. But it's been very good for the Pistons that Tobias Harris has shown up here during this playoff run. Shot clock violation, usual. Tyson off the bench for the Cavs. It's a little more inconsequential than some of the other things on the bingo card here. But Tyson for 10 points is incredibly important for this Cavs team, mostly because I do think Tyson is a better player for this series overall than Dean Wade. And as you'll see, you don't see Dean Wade on the bingo card. Although Dean Wade is in the starting lineup, I do think that Strus and Wade are the better wings and the better options to go when guarding Cade Cunningham. I think they're just more physical. They're much handsier. They can apply a little bit more pressure than Wade, who I think has done a solid job, but he mostly does a solid job by just staying in front, which is awesome because it forces Cade to usually settle for jump shots. But, and I'm not saying not play Dean Wade, but I'm just saying maybe not the greatest option for Cade Cunningham. He's a solid option, maybe not the greatest. So Tyson is also going to be very important because he's also a much better offensive player than Dean Wade and a much more reliable three-point shooter as well. So even if Dean Wade, if you felt like he was the better option defensively, okay, he's not giving you anything offensively. So you're desperately going to need somebody off the bench to give you points. I'm looking at Tyson for 10. Although Dennis Schroeder's been playing so well, we might have to switch Tyson for Schroeder up here. But we're going to leave Tyson up here for now. A travel, Allen for 15 and 8. 15 points, 8 rebounds. Looking at Jared Allen, it's like, okay, you're gonna have to win the center matchup. And I think in Game 3 they did a significantly better job than they have majority of the playoffs outside of that Game 7 against the Raptors of feeding the big man rolling to the rim. Harden and Jared Allen have a really, really nice pick and roll combination, and if Harden gets it going again, that could free up Jared Allen rolling to the rim again. But he needs to continue to stay aggressive, looking for those rolls, looking to finish in the paint, looking to grab rebounds. 15 and 8. I feel like it's a really solid number for Jared Allen contributions here. Harden for 25. Harden scoring 25 points, again, is really important. For the Cavs, we're getting a lot of Cavs here early. We'll get to Cade in a second. Harden scoring 25 again. You're looking at Harden, you're looking at Mitchell to lead the way. You're not necessarily looking at Strus to give you a 20-point game, although he's capable. Same with Tyson, same with Dennis Schroeder, same for all these other ancillary pieces, even a Mobley or an Allen. You're looking at your two guys to lead the way between James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, and if they can get it going, that puts pressure on the Pistons to then switch up some of their matchups. Maybe they take Thompson off of Mitchell and they put Thompson on Harden. That could give Mitchell the opportunity to then go look to attack while Harden goes to hang out off ball at that point. But it's all dependent, obviously, if Harden can get it going and get to 25. Triple-double, of course. Cade for 30. Again, Cade, the only guy really on the team who could consistently, with the ball in his hands, go get his team a basket, whether that's scoring himself or swinging it around. Arius? What's up, Arius? What's up, Air? Arius. Arius. That's it, right? Arius? Watching these playoffs is almost better than getting... that's crazy, brother. Come on. Come on, it's a family show, big dog. Come on. Come on, big dog. Cade for 30. Obviously, Cade, the only guy who can consistently get a basket by himself. So it's very important that he does that efficiently, which during the series, he's very much struggled to do it efficiently. He can go get himself 30, but getting it efficiently is always going to be difficult. Eruz? Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Good job. Appreciate you, brother. I try. Derek Young, what's up, Derek Young? Miss Mar, what's up, Miss Mar? Much love and support. Hope Monday treated everyone well. Yeah, Mondays suck, but coming off a dominant Knicks sweep, it's always gonna be. Arduous. Gotcha, brother. Gotcha. I'll commit it to memory. Appreciate you, big dog. DSA, what's up, DSA? Cade has to be on his game today. Yeah, I mean, Cade always has to be on his game for this Pistons team to survive, especially here in the playoffs where teams obviously are narrowing down their game plans and getting to the minutia of going against you and taking everything that you want to get, that you would probably be able to get in the regular season because teams' games plans are a little bit more generalized on a night-to-night basis, where in the playoffs, we're gonna single right into what you want to do, and we're going to take that away. Force you to go to your second option, your third option, your fourth option, and see what you could do from there. See what you can make from there. Just as dad, getting on the action. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Again, a family show, so I can't read any of that out loud. Troy Jeffries, what's up, Troy? Long day today, but for a great game. But it's game time. Yes, sir, Troy. Yes, sir. I've been looking forward to basketball all day. We're not going to get our New York Knicks for another week. So we're going to have to take what we can get. Michael Brown, what's up, Michael? Cavs in 7? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't care who wins this series. Just give us some good basketball. Give us a hard-fought series. Don't end it in 5. Get us to 6 or 7. Get us to a 6 or 7 game series. 2 consecutive missed free throws. Logo 3. Any player for 3 blocks. The usual things. Mobley 3 stocks. And he's consistently gotten us 3 stocks. Right? He's consistently gotten us 3 stocks, whether it's blocks or steals. I think he's done a really good job defensively. But again, you can't just be a one-way player in the playoffs, and especially when you are looked at as one of these star players on the team. You're a part of the core 4. So the Cavs at some point are going to be looking at Mobley like, all right, where's our at least 15-point game? Where's our 20-point game, Evan Mobley? 4-point play, failed challenge, jump ball, the usuals. Robinson for 3 threes. Again, the only consistent shooter on this team. If he doesn't have it going, it's going to be tough for the Pistons to manufacture points. They're very much reliant on Duncan Robinson shooting these threes. Successful challenge. Donovan Mitchell for 30. Again, similar reason as James Harden getting 25. You need your 2 guards to dominate to open up things for everybody else on the court for them. Same with Cade Cunningham getting his 30 to open things up for other players. Double-double. Strus 10 points, 2 threes. Strus, I think, is actually one of the bigger key factors, one of the bigger key X factors in this series. He was part of the reason they were able to pull off that victory in Game 3 with his defense on Cade Cunningham, turning him over, getting out, knocking down shots, getting to the rim. Mostly his defense, honestly, on Cade Cunningham, which is why I'm looking at Dean Wade in the starting lineup, and I'm like, why? Why are we still doing this, right? Successful challenge, Mitchell for 30. Where are we? Strus 10 points, 2 threes, and also his 3-point shooting is also very valuable, especially with Sam Merrill not being 100%. He is back in the lineup, though. Tech foul, goaltend, Duren for 20. Jalen Duren has yet to hit 20 points at all in this playoffs. And I refuse to lower it down to 15. I can do it. I make the bingo cards. But I refuse to lower it down. You're better than this. You're an all-star level player. At some point, you're going to have to come through for your team. It's surprising the Pistons have made it this far with Jalen Duren not delivering. But it's mostly because it's on the shoulders of Tobias Harris, who stepped up in that role. And then, of course, we ended down here with Thompson for 3 stocks. He's been phenomenal defensively. Honestly, if they had playoffs defensive players of the year, All-Star Thompson would win it. Wemby did have a 12-block game. So I guess Wemby still wins that one. But All-Star Thompson would come in second. I guess Rudy Gobert was also fantastic. I'd give it All-Star Thompson second, though. I think he's been phenomenal. Jason, what's up, Jason? Joe said Game 7 is possible the way this series has been going. Maybe it goes 7? I hope so. I hope it goes 7. By the way, if you guys see me like holding my hand out like this and not closing my hand at all, I got stung by a bee literally right before I went live. I was outside and a bee somehow ended up in my pocket. And I just reached my hand in my pocket, felt something in there, grabbed it, and then the bee stung me. So I'm going to be standing like this a lot, just holding my hand out. With this bee sting killing me. Isaiah Gardner with the Isaiah. Cavs better not lose. I mean, you go down 3-1. Obviously, it's not impossible. We saw 2 teams come back in the first round down 3-1. But I really don't think that this Cavs team has it in them. It's not impossible. But setting yourself behind 8 ball as well. Foompe said, real pocket monster. It was such a weird situation. What was the bee doing in my pocket? How did he get there? Not allergic. At least I don't think so. Not allergic. I'm good. It just stung. That's it. Just hurt and stung and was super surprising. Because why was there a bee in my pocket? What was he doing in there? I was just chilling. Jason said, even the trees trying to get in Chef's pockets? Crazy, right? I'm just over here. I'm just over here. Detroit boy, what's up, Detroit? Mark said, ice it down. You got cortisone? I got something that I put on it that, not immediately, but I'm not really in pain anymore. The sting is still a little, but I'm all right. I'll be all right by the morning. I'll probably put some ice on it before I go to bed. Detroit boy said, what is this V talk? Literally right before I came to set up for the stream and go live, I was outside and put my hand in my pocket, and there was a bee in there. I didn't know it was a bee. It was just something soft. And I went to grab it, and it was a bee, and it stung my finger. David M. What's up, David? So if you see me standing like this, Detroit boy, with my left hand out, it's just a natural pose to like hold my finger out there with the bee sting there. Mark said, I've had one fly up the shorts and keep stinging my leg. Crazy. I had one, not one. Me and my family went walking around this reservation once, and then we went off the beaten path because, of course, you have to go off the beaten path just a little bit. And we stepped in like this area where there was a bee's nest, and then suddenly bees came flying out, and I got stung like 3 times in the head. It's crazy. I had like a giant bee sting on my forehead. It was like, all right, you know what? It's time to go. Let's get out of here. Shot Collars, what's up, Shot Collars? Freeway, they pocket watching me, man. Get the bees out of here. Get out of my pockets. Detroit said, don't go outside, bro. That's actually pretty solid advice. Boom Pay said, you got to slap a block of ice for an hour straight. I have this salve that I used, and I put it on it. Immediately took the stinging pain away. But I'll probably clean it up and then put some ice on it. But let's get the tip off. No more B talk. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Fight for the tip. Loose ball. They're going to re-jump it. They're going to re-jump it. They don't like the way they did it. Just re-jump it. Miss Mar, what's up, Miss Mar? Ibuprofen and an ice pack. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to put some ice on it. Later tonight, though. I needed something just to get me through the game. The Cavs win the tip, and here we go. Just did the stinger come out? It did come out. Yeah, it didn't stay in. It was like a quick sting, and then I pulled away, but we'll be all right. Let's get into the action. They hand it off to Harden, coming to his left down the lane, gets caught in the middle, throws it up to Jared Allen, ball knocked out of his hands. Here comes All-Star Thompson bringing it down the other way. Thompson, cross-court pass, Harris in transition, a right wing 3. He can't get it to go. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. They're pushing the other way. Mitchell on the right wing, picked up by Thompson, coming to his left, dancing with it, crossing over to his right, up top, bringing it down. Scoop away with the right hand, can't get it to go. Maybe looking for a foul, didn't get it. Here comes Harris off the rebound, pushing it the other way. Picked up by Mobley, head down. He's going to pull it back out, smart move. Mobley gets it over to Duren, trying to put the ball down on the floor and attack and dribbles it off his own foot. And that's kind of been the playoffs summarized right there in one sequence for Jalen Duren. He's got a nice open lane to the basket, in transition. Dean Wade's got to pick him up, and he's looking to make a tough, strong move, dribbles it off his own foot. Villainette TV checking in from the job. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Jared Allen up top, swings through to his right, trying to bully his way past Duren, who slips and falls. Jared Allen goes to the rim and lays it up and in. Boy, oh boy, has it been a rough playoffs for Jared Allen, who just continues to get killed here. That time, Jared Allen put his shoulder down. Duren just lost his footing, slipped and fell. He didn't get knocked over by Jared Allen, but he lost his footing, slipped and fell. And then Cunningham almost dribbles it out of bounds, but Jared Allen got his fingertips on it, so the ball's going to stay here with the Pistons. Jason said Jalen Duren just ain't it, man. It's not looking like it, I'll tell you that. He's not looking like it. It's going to be interesting to see what that contract he demands in the offseason is. Duncan Robinson to the lane, leaves it off for Thompson along the baseline, kicks it back out. Duncan Robinson ran off the three-point line, gets it to the mid-range to kick it up top. Cunningham, he'll fire away from 3, and he'll knock down a 3. There you go, Cade Cunningham. Here comes Mobley bringing it down. Mobley up top being guarded by Harris, coming to his right off the Wade screen. Mobley looking to attack, crosses over to his left. He's got Duncan Robinson on him, backing him down. Hop step in the lane, they kick it out to Harden. Harden, wide open, right wing 3. There you go. And he responds right back with a 3 of his own. Nice drive and kick for Evan Mobley. And again, that's what you want to see from Mobley. At least contributing offensively there. Duren has it in the paint against Mobley. Pump fake, goes up, gets blocked by Mobley. Loose ball picked up by Duren. Duren kicks it out to Harris. Harris being guarded by Mitchell. Jab step coming to his left. Put him in the post. Pulling it all the way back out to the three-point line. Shot clock winding down. Crossing over to his right. Down the lane. Baseline pull up. Got it to go for Tobias Harris as the shot clock expired. And again, when push comes to shove, Tobias Harris knows he can get to that baseline, just rise up and shoot, especially if he's got the size advantage. Harden bringing it down the other way. He has it up top. Being guarded by Cunningham. Over to Mobley. Back to Harden. Harden on the right wing. He's going to dance around this Mobley screen. Coming to his left. Pulls it back. Puts up the 3 over Cunningham. James Harden can't get it to go. Rebounded by Thompson. They're pushing the other way. All-Star Thompson up top. Bringing it down. Behind his back. Loses the handle. Harden's going to pick it up. He's going to bring it down the other way. Harden's going to stop and pop. No way. Harden, terrible shot. But of course he got it to go. Fully expected that one to go. And I can't lie. I really did. Harden feeling it, though. Coming out, firing away from 3. That's his 3rd attempt, and with 2 makes. That's 6 points for Harden, and it's 8-5. Harris on the left wing, driving it down along the baseline. Pump fakes inside to Thompson. Leaves it off for Durant to the basket. Lefty layup. Wild shot. Can't get it to go. It's out of bounds off of Thompson. He can't get the rebound. And I don't know what Jalen Duren's doing out there. I'm not going to lie. A really tough sequence to start the game here for Jalen Duren. Really tough. Detroit boy said on 2K, I let Duren walk. Letting him walk is crazy. At least trade the guy. At least get something for it. Harden to the rim. Can't get the layup to go, but that's because he is fouled, I believe, by Cade Cunningham, and Harden's going to go to the foul line for 2. And this might be a James Harden game, at least to start. I mean, the guy's already got 6 points. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws now. Joseph said, how many made threes has Cade had lately without a miss? Not many. He's been missing a lot. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? The defense is getting good. I mean, the defense has been solid. Literally, the playoffs is the peak of basketball, and you're seeing teams really lock in defensively during the playoff stretch. TD in the morning said, 30 seconds in, I think Duren played enough. Let's put Paul Reed in now. Jason said, playoff Harden in full effect. Playoff Harden is showing up here today. Whatever that means, we'll see. We'll see what version of playoff Harden that is. Because he's obviously had phenomenal playoff performances, but he's also had horrendous playoff performances. Harden does knock down both free throws. Got 8 points here tonight. 8 of the 10 points for Cleveland going to James Harden. 8:50 to go here, under 9. Duren has it up top. Hits Cunningham, cutting back door. Being picked up by Mobley. Pump fake goes up, gets blocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Pistons. Kay Hazy said, Duren was supposed to be their superstar. What happened? I mean, I don't know if he was supposed to be their superstar. He was definitely supposed to be a star for them. And he was a star for them in the regular season. But the playoffs, maybe he's getting his Jared Allen. The brights may have been brighter than he thought moment. They get it into Tobias Harris in the high post. 8:40 to go. Out to Robinson. Swings through to his right off the Duren screen. Pull up 3 for Duncan Robinson. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Jared Allen knocks it over to Dean Wade. And Harden will bring it down. And Donovan Mitchell pointing to him like, you got it, brother. You got it. You're cooking right now. Harden down the lane in the paint. Stops. Pulls it back out. Dribbling it back out to the three-point line. Being guarded by Jalen Duren. And he tells Jared Allen, get away from me. I'm going to isolate. Dancing with him. Step back. Ooh, mid-range. Pull-up jumper. Comes up short. Can't get the friendly bounce. And Tobias Harris boxed out Jared Allen and knocks the rebound over to Thompson. Here comes Thompson. Thompson on the right wing. He's going to drive it down. Picks it up along the baseline. Pulls it back out. Being guarded by Mobley. Thompson. Pulling it out. Crossing over. Looking to attack. I'm not sure that's what I would do if I was All-Star Thompson. And the ball gets knocked out of his hands. And again, Evan Mobley's been fantastic defensively. Fantastic defensively. And Mobley telling the ref, I didn't touch it. That should be our ball. He's not very adamant about it. And not even asking his team to challenge it. Not sure, you would even want to use a challenge this early in the game. They're going to show the replay. And All-Star Thompson just lost it out of bounds. That should be Cleveland ball, but they're not going to use a challenge here. Or did they call a foul? Was he at the foul line? Or it's a jump ball? Okay, so they weren't sure on who it was out of bounds on. It's a jump ball. TJ Morning said Duren wasn't good in the playoffs last year, but I don't remember him being this bad. Well, there also wasn't that. The expectations for him weren't that high. The expectations this year were extremely high because he was an all-star. He upped his game in the regular season as opposed to last year. Mobley wins the tip pretty easily, and here come Cleveland Cavaliers off to a really nice start so far. Harden on the right wing being guarded by Cunningham. Harden gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell catches, pump fake, swings through to his right on Thompson. They can't get out to Harden. Harden, another one. Oh, James Harden's getting it going. He's got 3 threes already. It's a James Harden game. And we're going to get a timeout early here from the Detroit Pistons. 8-point lead here for Cleveland. Really hot start for James Harden. He's got 11 points, 3 for 5 from the field. You just said Cavs will tie up the series guaranteed. I hope so. I want a nice long series. I want these two teams to beat the crap out of each other. I want them going into the Knicks series tired, battered, and exhausted. Detroit boy said Duren is good but limited. His play is subpar though. I mean, I think we all thought his game was limited for sure. But again, he came through in the regular season. But again, we know. You can game plan for a player like Jalen Duren because he's limited. But at the same time, there's nothing that's keeping you away from doing this. And yet he hasn't really done this at a very high level. Like if this ain't going your way, if the scoring isn't going your way, go do this for your team. Go lock in and do this for your team. Go rebound at least, right? He's not really doing that. Lock in defensively and say, you know what? I'm protecting the basket. I'm blocking everything, you know? And he hasn't really done that either. There's been times where he's been fantastic defensively. There's been times where he's been okay defensively. And there's been a lot of times where he's just been and lackadaisical and not getting to the rim protection, let alone getting to the block shot. Detroit boy said he ain't that guy. I mean, look, he's 22 years old. He's 22. And again, he might be having his Jared Allen moment of, oh man, the lights are really bright. There's a ton of expectation here for me to perform, right? It could be a moment like that for him, which some young players go through, some young players don't, right? Like Wemby, he's not going through that, but Wemby's a different breed, right? When you're that level of player, those expectations, you rise to meet those, as opposed to Jalen Duren right now, who might be shrinking under the pressure of being relied upon to this degree. I don't think it'll continue throughout his career, but again, this is not a great start with two duds of playoff performances. Going back to last year's first round against the Knicks, and then this year got killed in that Orlando series. And I thought this series, because he has a much better physical matchup, I mean, he's just bigger and stronger than Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, and yet both of those guys, and, you know, they're no slouches, but, I mean, Jalen Duren's much stronger than those guys, and he should be able to carve out space in the paint and at least have decent outings offensively, and he has been terrible putting the ball in the basket. Detroit boy said, Stu and All-Star, the real defense of the team. I mean, All-Star Thompson, absolutely. Absolutely. Mike Hirsch, what's up, Mike? Now hit the like and help this channel grow. Appreciate you, Mike. Reminding people to like button. If you guys are enjoying the show, remember, hit that thumbs up button and like the stream. I very much appreciate it, y'all. It's the only thing I'll ever ask you. Joseph said Harden 3 for 3 from 3 already. That's crazy. He's locked in. He's a locked in old man. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Leading the way right now for his team. Isaiah Gardner said Bam on this Pistons team will be better. Yeah, but Pat Riley already came out and said he's never trading Bam Adebayo. Now, obviously, we'll see what happens, but I don't think they're looking to trade Bam Adebayo anytime soon. Bruce said Knicks look like they're on a mission. They do indeed. They do indeed. Detroit boy said, I know he could be better eventually, just talking now. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And now is all that matters. Like, you know, like the East is open right now. And especially considering that he's due for that contract extension this offseason, you know, like you got to bring it now. You got to bring it now, and he's just not. Jason said, rise up and throw some bows. Go ahead and pull a Wemby. Throw some elbows out there. Freeman, what's up, Freeman? Keith Modeste, what's up, Keith? Sons Jen said, Wemby didn't receive a suspension. Most likely explanation for this is that it was his first ever ejection. Yeah. And that he was ejected for majority of the game as well. So I think they felt that punishment sufficed. And honestly, I think I agree. I didn't think he deserved a suspension. Cunningham has it up top. Here we go. We're back into it. Sees a double team, and he throws it away. Great defense for the Cavs here. Harden over to Allen on the break. Tried to get the dunk over All-Star Thompson, but a foul on Thompson will send Jared Allen to the foul line for 2. And what a start here for the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. What a start. Defensively, just absolutely taking it to the Pistons, and offensively taking it to the Pistons right now as well. All-Star Thompson, that's his first foul. It's the first foul on Thompson. And one foul on Robinson. Okay, I thought Cunningham had a foul, but they gave it to Robinson. Okay. Rob P, what's up, Rob? Give up Duren, Jenkins, Herter, and a bunch of picks for Giannis. I don't know how valuable those picks would be with a young Cade Cunningham and a Giannis. I don't know if they would want that. I don't know if the Bucks would want that. Cunningham on the left wing picks up his handle, gets it over to Thompson. It's interesting though. I don't think they would want it. They hit Duncan Robinson, come back door. They get it out to Duren, and it's another turnover. Great hands from the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. They get over to Dean Wade on the left wing. They get over to Mobley. Mobley, jab step, coming to his right, spins off of Thompson. Pump fake goes up and gets fouled from All-Star Thompson. That's 2 fouls on Thompson in the first 5 minutes of the game. Get him out of there. Wow, what a start here. And I didn't give Jared Allen his free throws, by the way. I didn't even give Jared Allen his free throws. He split the free throws, by the way, but Mobley knocks that one down right there. So it's 5-15. There's the 10-point lead for Cleveland early in this game. And look, I always do this. I always talk about this. Like 10-point lead, cool, it's early in the game, 10-point lead, whole lot of nothing in modern basketball. This is the number that is really interesting to me. Because we know the Cavs, the Pistons, can for the most part struggle offensively, especially in the half court where the defense isn't really creating offense for them. Very reliant on Cade Cunningham. Mobley knocks down both. 11-point game. But having 5 points, 5 minutes of the game, that's 1 point a minute. That's horrific. That's horrendous. That's terrible. LeVert, hesitation, mid-range pull-up jumper over Allen, got it to go. And if those are the shots that the Detroit Pistons are going to have to settle for a lot here tonight, might be a long night for the Pistons. Harden picks up his hand to get over to Mobley, swings it over to Wade. Wade trying to get it down low to Jared Allen. He gets ran over by Jalen Duren. And these fouls are starting to stack up here for the Detroit Pistons, being overly aggressive. And honestly, the Cavs are just executing them to death right now. Just running good offense. Just running good offense, swinging the ball around, trying to create advantages. And I think the Pistons are being overly aggressive, trying to stay in front of them or trying to take some of this stuff away. They get it in the Harden, right wing, being guarded by Cunningham. Holding on to a 9-point lead. He puts up the three over Cade, comes up short, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Harris. Here comes LeVert pushing it the other way. LeVert up top. Big possession here for the Pistons. Not big possession, but you know what I mean. Trying to recoup some momentum here. A scoring opportunity would go a long way. LeVert down the lane, kicks out of the Harris, right corner three. Got it to go for Tobias Harris. Big time insertion of Karis LeVert here, creating something on 2 straight possessions and knocking it back to a 6-point game. Mitchell operating off an Allen screen. Gets it to the mid-range and pump fakes. He's got nowhere to go. They kick it out to James Harden. Back to Mitchell. He's being guarded by Jalen Duren. Out in space. They switch it. They get it back to Harden. They get it over to Mobley. Jab step coming to his left. Down the lane. Goes up off glass. Got it to go for Evan Mobley. Nice aggressive drive for Mobley there. And we're past the halfway point of this first quarter. Robinson rushing it down the other way. They go over to Harris. Swings through to his right. Picked up by Jared Allen. Harris dancing with it. Trying to get it down low to Mobley. They do. He pump fakes in the lane. Stops, spins. Play with the right hand. Got it to go past Mobley. And that's the Jared Allen from the regular season that I know of. There he is, making an appearance real quick. Mitchell crosses over on LeVert, swings through down the lane to kick it out to Mobley. Wide open straightaway three, looking to answer. He comes up short. Rebound to Cunningham. Gets a running start on the board. He's pushing it the other way. Cunningham on the left wing, picked up by Mobley. Cunningham's going to look to isolate, driving it down in the lane to kick it out to LeVert. He's going to set his feet and fire. Karis LeVert. Oh, Karis LeVert has come out ready to go. And just like that, it's back to 3. And they needed that. They needed a punch off the bench, especially with All-Star Thompson picking up those 2 fouls. And they got it. They got it in Karis LeVert. 5 points for LeVert, including an assist out to a 3-point shot. So 8 points accounted for Karis LeVert here. And that cuts it to a 3-point game. Woof. TD in the morning said, when the Pistons get frustrated, they start playing much more aggressive and start stacking up fouls. Yeah, so Robinson's got 1, Duren's got 1, Thompson's got 2. And nobody on the Cavs have committed a foul yet. So there's that. There's that. Swish kicks. What's up, Swish? How about them Knicks? Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Get a nice big old rest here. Eric C. What's up, Eric? Sean Martin. What's up, Sean? Harden must have read our chats. He must have had a night off at the strip club. Go Cavs. I don't know. Maybe they locked the strip club on. Maybe they closed it early to make sure he didn't go to it. Although they are in Cleveland. I don't know if they even have those out there. Not any good ones. Madrasi, what's up, Madrasi? If Detroit wins the series, who guards Cade? If the Cavs win, who guards Mitchell and Harden? The answer to both of those are OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. That's your answer. Both of those guys. Well, also Josh Hart. You'd probably put Josh Hart on Harden. I guess. Maybe Bridges on Harden. I'd probably put... Yeah, I'd put Bridges on Mitchell. And I'd maybe put... No, you need Anunoby for Mobley. I'd put Anunoby on Mobley. I'd put Josh Hart on Harden. I'd put Bridges on Mitchell. And then for Cade Cunningham, I'd probably start with Anunoby, but I'd also go back and forth between Anunoby and Josh Hart. Crazy said that's a weird rotation. On that shot, the LeVert shot, he does have a pretty strange rotation on it. Shantae Thompson, what's up, Shantae? Mike, what's up, brother? Mike Hirsch said Knicks' defensive scheme put Maxey in jail and challenged other players to make us pay. Unless other Pistons can score, Knicks would do the same to the Pistons. Yeah, we already seen one play. I mean, that would be the game plan. Force Cade Cunningham to be a passer and then force him to make decision after decision after decision, especially considering how much he has struggled in doing so with his rising turnover numbers. In that same vein, we've seen here tonight, Cade Cunningham came off the screen. The Pistons came out with a hard hedge, double-teamed them off the screen, and Cade Cunningham tried to throw the slip pass inside to Jalen Duren, and over-the-top lob pass over to Duren, off the double team, tried to get it over the top. Harden jumped that, got the steal, and pushed it the other way. And that's something the Knicks did time and time again against Tyrese Maxey, and unless Cade Cunningham is going to find a way to beat that coverage right now, the Knicks are going to execute that and look to bludgeon them with it. Corp X, what's up, Corp? The Detroit area certainly has some of the big gentleman clubs in the USA. Harden, that's what fueled him in Game 3. He was like, I don't want this to be a sweep. I want to go back to Detroit at least one more time. Sidhu Barry, what's up, Sidhu Barry? Sean Martin said some of those back alley joints off in the Boulevard, crazy. Stir Show, what's up, Stir Show? Cavaliers better beat the Pistons so the Knicks can get the double sweep. We'll see. We'll see. Here we go. We're into it. Schroeder bringing it down against Jenkins. Interesting matchup here. Both of those guys getting chippy in the previous game. Allen gets it over to Strus, coming to his right. Strus swings it out to Harden. Swings through to his left, down the lane, floater off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the board, and Jared Allen knocks it out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Pistons. Here comes LeVert bringing it down. LeVert gets it over to Jenkins. Jenkins coming to his right, being guarded by Schroeder. Jenkins up top. Doesn't have Robinson available, so now he throws it to Harris in the post, being guarded by Harden. Harris faces up, backing him down, backing him down, backing him down. Step back, fall away jumper over him. Got it to go again as the shot clock expires. And here come the Pistons. After a slow start, 12-2 run for them. Tyson up top being guarded by Isaiah Stewart on a switch to get it to Jared Allen in the post. Backing down Tobias Harris, gets into the paint, reverse layup, smokes it for Jared Allen. Right under the rim by himself, and he can't get the layup to go down. Here comes Jenkins pushing the other way. They get it down low to Stewart. In the paint against Schroeder, just turns and knocks down a lefty flip shot over Schroeder. Didn't even look to back him down, knowing Schroeder probably is going to take a dive and try to get a charge on me. So instead, he just turned around, knocked down a flip shot over him. And we're under 4 to go, 14-2 run. Cade Cunningham off the court. Big minutes here for the Cavs, big minutes here for the Pistons. It's always important to monitor how the Cade Cunningham list minutes go. Harden up top being guarded by Duncan Robinson, coming to his left, down the lane, step back, hesitates, picks up the handle, and that's a double dribble. We're going to count it for a travel. That's going to help the bingo card. That's going to help. Nio Dimitri, what's up, Nio? King Free, what's up, King Free? The double dribble helps with the bingo card. We're going to consider that a travel. Same thing. Same thing. Super Morty, man, what's up, Morty? Here we go. Harden's going to come off the court for the first time here. We'll fill in the travel there, and we'll update the bingo card in a second. Jenkins bringing it down. Jenkins coming to his left, shot out of cannon, leave it off for Stewart, hop step in the paint, pump fake, goes up, gets blocked by Mobley. Stewart picks it back up. He's got nowhere to go. Leaves it off for Robinson, and then gets knocked loose by Strus. Mobley picks it up. Here comes Schroeder. Some great defense from Evan Mobley there. Again, he's been pretty spectacular defensively all playoffs long. They just need him to also step up defensively. Mitchell struggling with his handle. Has it in the deep right corner. Coming to his left off a Mobley screen now. Throws up the floater. Comes up well short. Rebounded by LeVert. LeVert's going to push it the other way. Picked up by Schroeder. And LeVert, he's going to dance with it on the right wing. LeVert waving off Stewart. He wants to cook. He's feeling himself. Driving it down in the paint. Leans in. Floater. Way off. He threw up a brick. He was looking for the foul. He didn't get it. He forgot he wasn't Michael Jordan. He forgot he wasn't the star of the team. They get it over to Mitchell on the left wing, being guarded by Duncan Robinson. Mitchell pulls it out. Donovan Mitchell looking to isolate here. Sees multiple defenders. Crosses over to his right down the lane in the paint. Throws up the floater. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go as it rattles out. Mobley knocks the rebound out to Tyson, though. They get it over to Tyson. Pass fake. He puts up the right wing three. They need it. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Dennis Jenkins able to get it over Strus, and Jenkins shot out of a cannon, bringing it down. Euros runs right through the chest of Dennis Schroeder, and that is a charge on Dennis Jenkins. Dennis on Dennis crime right there. One of them spells it with an A, one of them spells it with an E. Mike said, yup, those floppers were supposed to get technicals until they do. They're going to get slop play? Hector, what's up, Hector? Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir. We're talking about flopping in the chat. You know, I hate me some flopping. TD in the morning said, the non-Cade minutes are what the Pistons need to win the most. Very true. Very true. And they did win it. Cade Cunningham back on the court here to end the quarter. Mobley up top being guarded by Stewart. Struggling with his handle, pulls it out. Stewart applying pressure. They get it out to Strus. Strus, jab step, coming to his left. Pull up three from Max Strus. Can't get it to go down. Rebounded by Stewart. Now here comes Cade Cunningham bringing it down the other way. A little over 2 minutes to go. Cunningham up top being guarded by Tyson. Tyson's done a solid job on him. Nobody's going to do an awesome job, but he's done a solid job on Cade Cunningham. He's going to settle for the rhythm dribble step back three. He's going to come up short on it. Rebounded by Mobley. Mobley attacking the boards here. Well, not really. He's got 4 points and 2 rebounds, but he's on pace for much more rebounds than he's ever had. Dennis Schroeder, quick crossover on LeVert there. Gets the scoop lay with the left hand over Isaiah Stewart, though. Beautiful drive and finish. They get over to LeVert. They swing it over to Cunningham. Pump fake. Get it back to LeVert. He'll throw up the straightaway three, and LeVert's got it going here today. Oh, my goodness. It's a Karis LeVert game. Karis LeVert versus James Harden. This is what we all came to see. Mitchell up top. Crosses over on Cunningham. Getting into the lane. They kick it out to Tyson. Tyson gets it back to Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell coming to his right. Deep logo three. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Tyson the rebound, but a loose ball foul on Isaiah Stewart. Just a two-handed shove, trying to keep Tyson off the board. Isaiah Stewart, for as awesome as he is defensively, man, is he just lazy in box out situations, man. When it comes to boxing out, I don't know if Stewart understands that you can't just shove people. I don't know how many times we've watched the Pistons this season, and particularly in these playoffs, just two-hand shove a guy instead of trying to box him out, man. TD in the morning said, LeVert is the definition of a wild card. I generally never know what the Pistons will get at him every game. Man, we could pull up this over here, and we could pull up Karis LeVert and what I have written for him. I have written for him, and it has stayed here for the longest time. Karis LeVert is the biggest wild card, maybe in NBA history, as Tyson knocks down both free throws. Where is he? I don't have him on here, but I'm just going to throw him over here. There he is. We're just going to add it, and we'll check it in a second. But he is the biggest wild card in the history. Tyson split the free throws. Cunningham step back jumper got it to go. 24-21 now. Here comes Dennis Schroeder bringing it down. Schroeder up top bringing it down, being guarded by Jenkins. Looking for an answer. Coming to his right off the Mobley screen. Gets it over to Mobley, swings it over to Strus, being guarded by Cunningham, coming to his right off the screen, driving it down, kicks it out to Schroeder. Schroeder on the right wing, throws it off at Dennis Jenkins. You can pick it up. No, Mobley able to go out and recover it, though. Mobley dribbles into a pull-up three with the shot clock winding down, comes up short, rebounded by Holland. Holland will bring it down, and he'll get it over to Cunningham. 34 seconds to go. Come on, timer, keep up. 34 seconds to go. Cunningham being guarded by Mitchell, hits him with a hezzy, step back, pump fake, kicks it out to Jenkins, swings through to his left, down the lane, kicks out to Holland. They'll live with that. They don't even close out onto him. He throws up a brick, rebounded by Tyson. Mitchell will bring it down for what should be the final shot of the game as the shot clock is off, and Mitchell has it up top being guarded by Jenkins. They throw four across. Strus is going to come up to set the screen, bringing LeVert into the action, coming to his left. LeVert switches onto him. Mitchell dancing with it, pulls it out, and LeVert knocks the ball out of his hands and got something to say to his former teammate, Donovan Mitchell. Karis LeVert is locked in, y'all. He is locked in. Again, Donovan Mitchell, for all the praise that we could give him about his handle, he ain't never going anywhere with that handle, man. He just wants to put it between his legs and hit a couple cross on some size ups, but he ain't never going anywhere. Not a functional handle from him. Mitchell cashes it, throws up the logo three. Misses it off the back of the rim. Donovan Mitchell, didn't he go scoreless? 0 for 5 to start the game. And you're down by 3. If you can get Donovan Mitchell going, obviously you'll be in a much better spot. But man, oh man, do they need Donovan Mitchell to step up here. They had a James Harden first quarter. Donovan Mitchell, you're going to have to show up at some point, brother. 0 for 5 is a rough start, big dog. Rough start. Mark said that was off Mitchell too. Yeah, he's having a rough outing right there. TT in the morning says Stewart is not 100%. Not 100% right now. So I don't know why JB is playing him instead of Paul Reed. I know a lot of people have been questioning that too. Stewart has come out and said he's 100% healthy. Obviously, what else is he supposed to say? He'll say that. I agree. He doesn't look healthy either. He has not looked healthy since that 8-block game against the Magic. He doesn't have the lift or the explosion that he had before that game. But yeah, Paul Reed's a legitimate rotation player, and he's their third-string center, and it makes sense because Stewart is an awesome player during the regular season. Was an awesome player, but you got to find some time for Paul Reed, man. You just do. If that means going to a 3-big lineup, a 3-big configuration, a 3-big rotation configuration, you're gonna have to find a way to find time for all three of those guys because Paul Reed has been really impactful whenever he plays. Durston said, but remember, Donovan is the king of Cleveland now, they say. I don't know who says that, but very few people actually believe that. Roy Loriaga? What's up, Roy? Shout out from the Philippines. What's up, Roy from the Philippines? Mike said, Pistons punked the Knicks in the regular season. This isn't the regular season anymore, though. Very true. Very true. Sean Martin said, I'm watching from a beach in Melbourne, Australia. Desert island vibes. There you go. There you go. What time is it then, Sean? Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Also, let's update our bingo card. We do have... You know what? We'll wait on it. We do have the travel. Actually, we'll throw it up there. We'll throw it up there. There we go. There we go. Time difference. Roads with the bros. Don't forget it's tomorrow also. What's tomorrow? Thursday said, since when did Melbourne get hot enough for beach weather? It is 10:42 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia. It is 8:43 p.m. here for me. So, good morning to you guys. Good morning to you, Sean. Although you are getting to your afternoon. It's Tuesday, 10:42 a.m. It's Monday, 8:43 p.m. for me. You guys are already in the future, man. Already in the future down there. All right, here we go. Start of the second quarter. We've updated our bingo card. So far, we've only had a travel. They get over to Levert. Levert on the left wing. Swings through to his right, down the lane, puts up the floater. Caris LeVert. It's the Caris LeVert game, y'all. It is the Caris LeVert game, of course. You were due for one. Mobley has it up top, hands it off to Strus, coming to his right, down the lane, swings it out to Mitchell. He'll catch and fire to the left wing. He'll miss it yet again. He's 0 for 6 from the field, and it goes out of bounds. And the Pistons will bring it down the other way. Jordan said, I don't want to do another Monday. I don't want to do Monday either. JP Drums, what's up, JP? Cunningham bringing it down, being guarded by Tyson. Cunningham gets it over to Levert. Levert being guarded by Strus, and an off-ball foul is called. Victor Marquez, what's up, Victor? Rose said, best time I had being in Australia and New Zealand, watching the Super Bowl Monday afternoon. Yeah, getting to watch primetime things in the afternoon. Seems like a good time to me. Duren has it up top, hands it off to Cunningham, coming to his left, picks up his handle, gets it over to Duren. Duren fakes the handoff. He's going to look to attack Mobley. Pump fakes, goes up, lefty layup, got it to go. And Jalen Duren finding his spots here. Looking like the Jalen Duren from the regular season. 18-3 run here for the Pistons. Where is James Harden? He went to the bench and this offense forgot how to score. Merrill in the game, kicks it out to Mobley, and Mobley finally rattles in a perimeter shot. Gets a 3 to go. 28-24, 10:45 to go. Robinson up top, swings through to his right, gets into the paint, throws up the floater, gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. So what Duncan Robinson's to the foul line. This is what I want to look at. This fella right here. This is what we have for him down here, written in the context, and we've had it for him all season. We wrote it. It's the perfect context for him. LeVert is a huge wild card. He can, on one night, actively hurt your team. And then, on another, he can single-handedly secure victory for you. And it looks like we're getting the second version of Caris LeVert here tonight, where he has been absolutely fantastic since coming into this game. He's got 10 points so far. 10. He's hooping. He's hooping. He's absolutely hooping his butt off here tonight. Duncan Robinson knocks down both of his free throws. And it is... Or I guess he split them. 29-24. Missed the first one. 5-point game. It's an off-ball foul. Looks like on Jalen Durham. Is that his second foul, I think, right? I don't think that foul was on Durham. It was on somebody else. Ron Holland. Holland picked up the foul there. So nobody really with foul trouble. They picked up a couple of fouls early in that first quarter, but they were able to survive that, not pick up another one since. Mitchell gets it into Merrill. Merrill gets it over to Mobley. Mobley up top, trying to get it to Mitchell. Robinson denying. They hand it off to Mitchell, coming to his right. Pulls it back, being guarded by Duran. Step back, pump fake, steps through, swings it out. Strus, wide open right wing 3. Strus finally delivers and knocks one down. Back to a 2-point game it goes. Here comes Caris LeVert bringing it down. LeVert on the left wing, being guarded by Sam Merrill. LeVert getting loose with his handle now. He's feeling himself. Crosses back over to his left, snakes it back to his right, hand off the Duran screen. Gets to the foul line, fall away jumper. Oh, he's got it going, y'all. He has got it going. Here comes Tyson bringing it down. Under 10 to go. Tyson gets it over to Mobley, being guarded by Duran. Mobley blows right past Duran, gets to the lane for... Can't get the dunk to go down. He gets easily stripped by LeVert. Mobley got to go to the basket stronger than that, big dog. You got to get the layup there. Scoreboard, what's up, Scoreboard? Mike said sometimes it's Caris, sometimes it's LeVert. He's definitely a Jekyll and Hyde player. As I drop my mic again. Been a while since I've dropped my mic. Been a while. TT in the morning said, how do you coach a player like LeVert? What does JB tell him? Go out there and do something tonight? Pretty much. Pretty much. You know what you're capable of? See if you got it going early is like the message. Dribble, pull up threes. You really feeling it? Misses that one. He checked shot for Caris LeVert there. You know what? You deserved it. Here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. James Harden reinserted into the game again. Mitchell across the baseline. Swings it out to Strus. He'll drive it down to his right. Throws up a wild flip shot. Can't get it to go. Loose ball picked up by Thompson. Then bringing it down the other way. 31-27. Thompson mishandles the ball. Turns it over. Strus going to the rim. Big one-handed hammer for Max Strus. Went up strong. Thompson sitting a long time with those 2 fouls. Didn't want to pick up a third. And it is 31-29. Back to a 2-point game. Duran has it up top being guarded by Mobley. Duran coming to his left. Picked up by Strus. He throws up a deep mid-range jumper. I guess he's feeling himself too, but that's not really a good shot you want to be settling for right there. Mitchell driving it down past Robinson, kicks it out to Harden. Extra pass, Merrill, an open look from 3, and Merrill delivers with a 3. And the lead goes right back to Cleveland, up by 132-31 and a timeout for the Detroit Pistons. All-Star Thompson not having a very good night at all. He's already picked up the 2 early fouls. Just the second time here tonight, I believe. He just mishandles the ball and turns it over. PK, what's up, PK? What happened to Donovan Mitchell? 0? He's struggling out there. 0 points on 0 for 6 from the field so far. And we are 8:48 to go here in the second. Mike said, LeVert has more points than the rest of the team. Yeah, he's got 12. He's got 12. He's your leading scorer right now. Which honestly is good and bad. It's good and bad. It's bad because if your most reliable scoring option right now is Caris LeVert, you might be in for a long night. It's good because you would expect that at some point Cade Cunningham, Tobias Harris will get it going. Robinson will knock down a shot or 2. Duran hopefully can give you around at least 10 to 12. And so you won't have to always rely on Caris LeVert. And then maybe you can keep it going even when those guys get it going, and then you can run away with it for a little bit. But it might be bad because maybe these guys are just going to struggle and you're trying to uplift your offense with Caris LeVert, or maybe he's feeling himself too much and he tries to hijack the offense and then you might have to bring him back down to earth. So we'll see which way that goes. Skomberg said, man, Mitchell and Mobley are so disappointing. Same with Duran. I mean, Tobias is hooping. How do these guys get the money and recognition with these showings in the playoffs? Really good showings in the regular season. Some okay to solid to good showings in the playoffs. Like, Mitchell's had good showings in the playoffs before. He has had, I think, one great showing in the playoffs. And he's had numerous disappointing showings in the playoffs. And tonight is one of those disappointing performances so far. But we'll see. He's always going to be able to have the opportunity to turn it around because it's not like they're going to limit his minutes. That's Donovan Mitchell out there. You're going to go down with your guy. If you do go down. Mike said, a controversial opinion. Robinson bothers me. He's a solid player, but his whole vibe annoys me. I don't know if that's controversial. I think a lot of people would agree with that. He definitely has a little bit of a weird vibe to him. He also doesn't really fit the vibe of this team. You know, he's trying to fit in, but he's not a rough and tumble dude the way pretty much everybody else on this team is. Sean Martin said, check Donovan's bank account, future bookie for DraftKings. Donovan Mitchell makes more than enough money playing basketball games that he doesn't need to bet on basketball games, brother. Duncan's mustache is a war crime in itself. Yeah, it's rough. There's really no defending it. It's pretty rough. Madrasi said, did the Pistons and the Knicks play each other fully healthy this year? I don't recall. I don't think so. There were a couple of, I think there was one game the Knicks were missing a key player. There was one game or two games, I think, that the Pistons were missing. I know one of the games the Pistons were missing, I'm pretty sure both Duren and Stewart. And they still dominated the Knicks. And I'm pretty sure Duren also didn't play in that second game, but I could be wrong. But no, I don't think either team were 100% healthy playing each other at all in the regular season. But I think the Pistons were the more injured team, which doesn't help the Knicks, obviously. Sconberg said, Pistons whoop their behinds in the regular season. We'll see if they get to us the outcome now. They have to get past the Cavaliers first. They do indeed. They do indeed. The expectation is that the Pistons will figure out this series and pull off the victory and match up with the Knicks in the conference finals. But nothing is guaranteed. You got to go out and actually do it. Here comes Cunningham bringing it down. Here we go. We're back into it. Cunningham up top being guarded by Strus. Crosses over to his left. Sees a lane going to the rim. Leaves it off to Thompson. Thompson catches, goes up, and lays it up and in. Thompson was expecting a lob. Cunningham threw him a regular pass. Thompson was still able to catch it, though. Mobley driving it down on Duren, trying to bully his way to the paint. Can't. Kicks it out to Harden. Wide open straightaway three for Harden. He's had it going tonight, but he misses that one. Strus knocks the rebound out to Harden, though. Harden picks it up and gets fouled by Duncan Robinson. Let's not forgive to give the Pistons that 2-point basket there from Thompson. Mike said playoff basketball, not the regular season. It is not. It is not. Teeth in the morning said Hart was missed the first game. Cade and OG missed the second game. Duren missed all 3 games against the Knicks this year. That's what I thought. I wasn't entirely sure about that. I know he missed 2. I remember that one. But yeah, so Duren missed all 3. And then Cade, and I didn't realize Cade and OG both missed the second game. And that Hart missed the first game. So yeah, okay. So that's actually pretty sizable. Where both teams are missing pretty important, valuable pieces to their teams. So hard to go off the regular season matchups when trying to evaluate the playoffs. Harden has it on the left wing, being guarded by Robinson. Harden, jab step, swings through to his left. Step back, pump fake, spins, kicks out to Merrill. Relocation, left wing 3 from him. He got it to go. He's looking at what Karis LeVert did, and he said, anything you can do, I can do better. I can step up for my team as a role player too. 35-33 here. Thompson up top gets it over to Cunningham, being guarded by Dean Wade, who's back in. Jab step coming to his left, slips it over to Duren, rolling to the rim. Gets the ball knocked out of his hands by Harden. What great hands from James Harden. As he was just standing there, it looked like he was going to take a charge. When Duren slowed up so that he didn't get hit with the charge, Harden just pops his hand up there and knocks the ball loose. Harden down the lane, they swing it around. Merrill going for number 3. He can't get it. Rebounded by Harris. The building was ready to pop off for Sam Merrill there on back-to-back threes, but he misses it. Here comes Harris pushing it the other way, trying to quell some of the momentum, and he does indeed, lobbing it up to Duren for the easy tip up and in, and we're tied at 35. 7:20 to go here in the second. Harden has it up top, coming to his right, off a Merrill screen. They get over to Merrill. He'll pick and pop straight away. He'll miss that one again. Battle for the rebound, knocked loose, and Harris able to come down with it, and they get over to Cunningham. Cunningham up top, being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. Over to Thompson. They lob it down low to Duren. He's got positioning. They show 2. They try to get it to Thompson. It's a turnover. Good hands from Merrill there. And again, a sloppy play from the Pistons. That one The second time, Duren's trying to throw a slip pass to Thompson, cutting to the rim, and it gets picked off easily. Schroeder's going to pull it up, being guarded by Duren. He's going to set up for a left wing three. He's going to miss it. Dean Wade, the offensive rebound, gets knocked to the ground. Harris picks it up, and the Pistons are pushing the other way. Cade Cunningham shot out of a cannon. Bump Euro down the lane, draws the foul, gets the floater. He's going to the foul line for one more. Mike said other times they didn't bother to run plays or hustle on offense. You mean in the regular season? Occasionally the Knicks exploded on some teams like Denver, in Denver, and the decimation of the Nets. Yeah, occasionally, whenever they needed to feel good about themselves, they're like, all right, let's treat this like a playoff game. Occasionally. Sean Martin said, Bearden and Don rarely both score big points. It's either one or the other. Yeah, for sure. They just haven't really built up any kind of chemistry at all. I don't even really think they're very synergistic to build up that chemistry, but we'll see. Obviously, Harden came over at the deadline, so they didn't have a ton of opportunity to build that chemistry. Merrill coming to his right off the Allen screen. They swing it out to Dennis Schroeder, a wide open three from him, and he gets it to go down. He gets those 3 points right back from the Cunningham and one, 38-38. Here comes Tobias Harris bringing it down. We're quickly approaching the halfway point of this second quarter. Duncan Robinson up top gets it over to Cunningham. Jab step coming to his left, crossing over to his right, putting his head down, attacking, kicks it out in the corner to Thompson, hands it back off to Cunningham. Cunningham swings through to his right along the baseline, inside to Thompson in the paint. It being guarded by Dean Wade. He spins, kicks it out to Harris, and it's a turnover. And that's the third time to All-Star Thompson has just thrown the ball away. The third time. Twice just misdribbling it and allowing the Cavs to just come in and take it right out of his hands. And this time, just throwing it away. Overthrowing Tobias Harris there, throws it out of bounds. Thompson struggling mightily here tonight. Already has the 2 fouls as well. Hasn't really been felt defensively either. Madrasa said, when did you start streaming, Sheffy? About 4 years ago, I think. And did you study communications or media? Regardless, good channel. Yeah, I was a media arts major. Dennis Schroeder gets the ball taken out of his hands. Harris pushing the other way. Over to LeVert. Steps through. Layup. Got it to go for Karis LeVert. He is Michael Jordan here tonight, man. He is hooping. Harden walking it down the other way. LeVert with 14 points. He's the game-leading scorer. More than Harden, more than anybody else in the game tonight. Harden, he mishandles the ball as well. Good defense from Dennis Jenkins to stay in front of him. Harden just mishandles it, and Harris gets the pick off. LeVert down low to Duren. He sees a triple team, and he gets fouled. Duren really struggling whenever he sees a double team, man. Really overreacting to the double team. Tyreek Smith, what's up, Tyreek? I really want to see my Knicks match up with OKC for the big game. I think Brunson would surprise everyone. Yeah, I think he would. I think he would. Playoff Brunson's the real deal. Always has been. Sconberg, what's up, Sconberg? I like the rest, but I also see the danger in it as well. Hope they are practicing every day. They're not practicing every day. They are probably meeting up for film study and shoot-arounds and stuff like that, and they'll maybe have 1 or 2 hard practices during the week, but I think it's mostly about rest. Harris goes to the rim, gets blocked by Jared Allen. Stewart right there for the cleanup as he snags the loose ball and lays it up and in. Great rim protection from Jared Allen there, but Harris able to got the block anyway. And we didn't get a timeout from the Cavs here. And we got 5:04 to go. Morty said OKC in the Pistons finals. I don't even know if OKC is going to make it, though. Mike Hirsch said the Knicks would put Spider Mitchell in jail, put hard on Harden to keep him off balance and dominate their bigs. I'd see 5-game Knicks win versus Cavs. I do too. I'd put Mikal Bridges on Donovan Mitchell. I'd put Josh Hart on James Harden. And I'd put OG Anunoby on Evan Mobley. Susan said, Coach Brown is not sleeping on the next round, but I have to have faith 1 game at a time. 1 game at a time, Susan. I love the mentality. Absolutely. 1 game at a time. Not looking ahead, not looking behind, not resting on your laurels. So far in our bingo card, we really haven't had much. We haven't had a shot clock violation. We've gotten close a couple of times, but we haven't had one. Allen 15 and 8. He's got 3 and 1, so that's not looking great. Harden for 25 was looking solid after the first quarter, but he's yet to score after that first initial run, and then he came out. Triple-double, Cade for 30. We'll obviously keep an eye on that as the night goes on. Cade already with 8 and 4. And again, you don't want Cade stacking up counting stats in both of these columns. You either want him being a scorer, or you want to limit his scoring and forcing him to be mostly a passer. But although you really want him to be a scorer. Quarterback said jump ball. There was a jump ball, wasn't there? There was, because they didn't know who was out of bounds on, and Mobley won the jump ball easily. You're right. We did have a jump ball. We did indeed have a jump ball. Where's that? Down here. So we did have that. We have that, and we have a travel that was called. It was really a double dribble, but I'll take that for a travel as well. Mike said I jinxed Harden. My bad. Nah, I think Harden jinxed Harden. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Please correct me if I'm wrong. The issue against Detroit is trying to convert in the paint. So you have to be better from the perimeter. Is that the only way to really win against them? No, it's not the only way. It's not also a super big problem scoring in the paint against them. It's just you have to be consistent, you have to be tough, and you have to be strong. You also have to make sure you swing the ball around and force them to get out and close out onto your shooters, which the Knicks definitely can, especially the way they have been shooting during the playoffs so far. So Harris for 15 seems pretty good. He's got 7, 7, and 3 already. Man, Tobias Harris is just hooping his butt off here tonight. My goodness. Been hooping his butt off all playoffs long. He's gonna get himself another nice big contract when this contract is up, man. My goodness. Mike said the Knicks have been shooting the lights out from 3. Part of that may be luck. Part of it is well-designed offensive sets. I think majority of it is well-designed offensive luck, is well-designed offense and well-executed offense. And then I think part of it is also a little bit of shooting variance, just a bit, as always. We haven't had a logo 3. We've had, I think, 2 or 3 attempts. We haven't had any of them convert yet. 5 minutes to go. Harden walking it down, 42-38, 4-point game. Harden coming to his left off the Allen screen. Harden down the lane in the paint, kicks it over to Mobley. Mobley steps through in the lane, layup, got it to go over Stewart. Nice finish in the paint for Evan Mobley, who's up to 9 points now, being much more aggressive. You love to see it. Dennis Jenkins on the left wing, being guarded by Donovan Mitchell. They get it to Harris, being guarded by Mobley. Harris, jab step, jab step, jab step, coming to his left. Stop, turn, half spin, step back, baseline, follow. He's feeling it. Can't get it to go. Well contested by Mobley. And again, I would put one of my better defenders on Harris, and I know there's a lot of switching and cross-matching going on. I would put one of my better defenders on Harris and go, okay, find offense past that. Donovan Mitchell crosses over on Green, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Sean Martin. Harden needs to be careful blowing the candles out on his birthday cakes. Mike said, point is, Knicks are running actions for Brunson and other teams. Double Brunson, he finds the open guy, who then can pass to an even more open guy. Sometimes they just run fantastic offense that ends up with an open 3 because Karl Anthony Towns is pulling so much attention from defenses and then having Brunson move off ball. So the defenses are stretched between paying attention to Towns up top with the ball in his hands and paying attention to Brunson run off these screens. And you could find like a Deuce McBride wide open, or an Anunoby cutting to the rim, or Mikal Bridges cutting backdoor. Brunson knocks down, I got Brunson on the brain. Mitchell splits the free throws. He does knock down the second one. It's 42-41, 4:15 to go here. And Cade Cunningham will bring it down against Strus. They get over to LeVert, being guarded by Mitchell. They get over to Stewart. Stewart up top, gets it over to LeVert, coming to his right. LeVert, step back, off the hesitation, down the lane, throws up the floater. Can't get it to go down. Jared Allen, the rebound. And he gets fouled by Stewart. Stewart with some reckless fouling again there. Mike said, Cade and Brunson are a lot for anyone to stop. Yep. And the way they're playing off of each other now is a beautiful thing to behold and a tough thing to stop. Corbeck said, Cavs won Game 3 by scoring 116 points versus 97 and 101 in Games 1 and 2. Cavs need 110 to win, won't win under that amount. Yeah, I mean, they're more of an offensive team than a defensive team. Harden on the right wing off the pass that was tipped out. Strus driving it down, gets stripped, and it's out of bounds off of Strus. Ball back to the Pistons, and again, there's that guy, Caris LeVert, stepping into the paint there. Getting the strip. Here comes Caris LeVert bringing it down, man. They're putting the ball in his hands, and they're like, go ahead, man, it's your night. They swing it out to Harris. He'll line up the three over Mobley. Harris will rattle in the three, man. Tobias Harris shooting this confidently from everywhere. As he's aging in his career, he's really kind of settled in to corner threes, really. Especially on this Pistons team, but he is knocking it down from everywhere. Top of the key, wings, corners, it don't matter. He's letting it fly. Harden up top, crosses over to his left off the Mobley screen. Harden's going to pull it out, dance with it against Harris. Bump in the paint, floater. Can't get it to go down, but draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for two. Zenitube, what's up, Zenitube? Mike said, my brother, I rock with the Knicks, been doing it for a long while. Once a Knick, always a Knick? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nino, what's up, Nino? It's too soon to judge, but man, ain't no way Cavs going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, no, probably not. Harden knocks down the first free throw, got another one coming. But all three of these games so far, and now here 3.5, have been really close competitions, right? Pistons were just able to pull out the first two. Cavs were able to pull out the last one. If the Cavs can tie it up at 2 games apiece here, I mean, you got to give them a chance at that point, right? I think the Pistons should still be favored no matter what, but Cavs pushing it to 6 games would put them in a position to really shock this Pistons team, a younger Pistons team. Cunningham on the left wing, picked up by Harden on a switch. He has it up top. Harden did knock down both of his free throws, so it's a 2-point game. Cunningham driving it down, step back, mid-range, fall away. Got it to go for Cade Cunningham. That jump shot is smooth. That mid-range fall away is smooth. Knows he could always get to it. Harden bringing it down. Crossing over to his right off the Mobley screen, slips it over to Mobley. Mobley down the lane, gets caught in the paint, kicks out to a wide-open Donovan Mitchell, left corner three. He finally got one to go down. His first made shot of the night. He was sitting with 1 point off of 1 made free throw. He's now 1 for 7. And we're under 3 to go in the second. They get it over to Cunningham up top. He's being guarded by Max Strus. Coming to his left, he sees a double off a hard hedge over to Harris. Harris up top. Harris is going to pull it out. 5 on the shot clock now. Harris going to isolate against Mobley. Coming to his left. Strus switches onto him. Gets to the foul line. Steps through floater. He's going to miss it off the back of the rim. He's not going to miss it. He's going to hit the back of the rim. It's going to bounce up, but come right back through the basket. Gets a nice friendly bounce on that one. And here comes Mitchell crossing over to his left. Thinking it back to his right hand. Down the lane. Kicks out to Strus. Quick catch and fire from 3. Can't get it to go. Jared Allen the offensive rebound. Leans in. Goes up. Gets the foul. And Jalen Duren, he's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. We got a little over 2 minutes to go. We'll let our timer catch up here. Never restarted it. Nino said, yeah, I like your call, but man, I regret putting Cavs at money line on my parlay. Here tonight, you got Cavs money line? I don't know, man. It's a back and forth game. It could go either way. Donovan Mitchell not playing well. If Donovan Mitchell gets it going, and it's already a 3-point game. Allen hits his first free throw. He's got another one coming. Mike said, facts are if the Knicks held a big lead and hit a last-second buzzer beater, they'd be undefeatable in the playoffs? I don't know what that's in reference to. Allen knocks down both free throws. Jared Allen cuts it back to a 1-point game. Keep going, timer. Keep going. We got a little over 2 minutes to go here. LeVert bringing it down, gets it over to Duren. Duren up top being guarded by Jared Allen. Coming to his left, picks up his handle. Get it over to Cunningham, over the top, being guarded by Donovan Mitchell, mid-post, along the right baseline, backing him down, fall away over the baseline, over his shoulder, can't get it to go. LeVert with the offensive rebound, can't get the tip up and in. Harris chases down the loose ball. He has it up top, kicks it over to LeVert. LeVert wide open, left corner 3, quick catch and fire off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Harris ends out with it. Harris gets it over to Cunningham, crossing over on Mitchell, dancing with it. Cunningham stops, crosses over to his left, in the lane, kicks it out the last second. LeVert wide open, left wing 3, he got it! 3-4 opportunities there for the Detroit Pistons. Finally, LeVert knocks down the open shot. What a pass by Cunningham, by the way. Mitchell, beautiful crossover. Got Tobias Harris turned all the way around. Can't get it to go down. Strus the offensive rebound. They swing it over to Harden. Catches it on the run. Tries to run right past LeVert, and he gets fouled by Caris LeVert. And we got 1:10 to go here. 52-48. Sean Martin said Duran should count his lucky stars. He hit free from he is free from that demon. Duran? Who's that? Who's that? Jalen Duran has the 2 fouls. Robinson has 2 fouls. We know Thompson has 2 fouls? 2 fouls, but he's turned it over a bunch, so he's barely played. Mike said, if Wagner was ready to go, Orlando wouldn't have needed 7 games to win that series? Probably. Probably. Who knows? We'll never know, because unfortunately he got hurt. Harden knocks down both of his free throws. Back to a 2-point game it is. Cunningham will bring it down against Strus, and a foul on Max Strus. And they're in the bonus, so that's 2 free throws for Cade Cunningham. I know Max Strus is just trying to put some pressure on Cade in the backcourt, but that is a tough foul. David Osh Jr., what's up, David? The real contenders, home chilling, waiting, pretenders playing. So Cunningham is at the foul line for 2 free throws here. Joe said game 1 is in Detroit, but we'll be all right if Knicks versus Pistons. Yep, Knicks would not have home court advantage in that series. So the first 2 games on the road in Detroit. Cunningham knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Troy Jeffrey said, what are we cooking? Trying to cook a Cavs win so we could tie the series up at 2 games apiece. So we can guarantee some more good basketball here. Pine Cone Bliss, what's up, Pine Cone? Cunningham knocks down both. 1 minute to go. Harden will bring it down. And now under a minute to go. Harden up top being guarded by Karis LeVert. Harden coming to his right off the Mobley screen. Now coming to his left, crosses over to his right, rejects the screen inside the Mobley. They kick it out to Mitchell. Jab step coming to his left, inside pass to Allen. Ball gets knocked loose. Mitchell diving for it. And he's out of bounds when he catches the ball. Donovan Mitchell having a nightmare game. Where are you, Donovan Mitchell? Your team desperately needs you, and you are 1 for 8 from the field with a couple of turnovers. 3 boards and 2 assists. Where are you at? Harden over here with 15 and 5. He's showing up. 1 for 8 from the field for Donovan Mitchell is rough. LeVert on the left wing hands it off to Robinson, over to Duran. Duran over to Harris. Harris up top being guarded by Mobley, coming to his left down the lane, lefty layup. Got it to go. Tobias Harris can't be stopped. Tobias Harris with 14 and 9 now and 6 for 9 shooting. They got no answers for Tobias Harris here. Harden bringing it down, coming to his left off the Max Strus screen. He's got Duncan Robinson switched onto him. He's going to look to dance. Isolating here. 4 across. Harden up top by himself. Dance with it. Winding down some time. Harden driving to his left. Leaves it off for Mobley. 2-handed slam. Beautiful manipulation for James Harden right there. Set that up the entire way. Knew he was going to go down there or shoot the floater. And he had Mobley open, cutting to the rim. Cunningham dancing with it against Mitchell. He slips and falls. He throws up the one-legged shot at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Cunningham upset. He didn't get the foul call. And it is a 4-point game, 56-52, with Donovan Mitchell playing terribly. Cunningham with 12 and 5. He's been okay. He's been solid. Tobias Harris has been fantastic, 14 and 9 in the first half. My goodness. All-Star Thompson's been a bit of a disaster. Karis LeVert leading the way with 17 points. My goodness. A lot going the Pistons' way with Donovan Mitchell having a disastrous outing, although Harden has been hooping. He's got 15 and 6 here tonight. But getting this performance from Karis LeVert in the first half. Cade Cunningham being good. Really good first half for Cade Cunningham. Nothing too spectacular, but just really solid from Cade. 12 and 5 is pretty solid for him. And then Tobias Harris having a spectacular first half, 14 and 9. You only hold the 4-point lead. You look at it and you go, oh, okay. You're going to need some other guys to step up in the second half to pull this one off. Same with the Cleveland Cavaliers with Jared Allen. Project Slab, what's up, Project? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your very generous donation. Appreciate you, brother. He said, ready to see New York Knicks against the real team. It's funny, I agree with you, brother, but it is funny how the narratives have changed where they went up against the Atlanta Hawks in round 1, and they were the national darlings of the upset pick. And they were like, I don't know, man. That's a tough Hawks team, and we don't know about this Knicks team. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks can beat the Knicks in the first round. And then the Knicks dispatched them. And probably the most lopsided 6-game series we'll ever see, where the 2 losses from the Knicks came by 1 point each for a grand total of total points is what the Knicks lost those 2 games by. And then they blew the doors off of them in the other games, including Game 1, Game 4, Game 5, and Game 6. And then when Philly had the 7-game comeback against the Boston Celtics, everybody was like, I don't know, man. With Embiid back, you got Paul George, you got Tyrese Maxey, Edgecomb's a stud as a rookie. They're stacked with talent, man. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this 76ers team made the finals. And then the Knicks dispatched them in an epic dominating sweep. And then it was like, well, the 76ers actually weren't that good. Right? Well, the Hawks actually weren't that good. Like, no, the Knicks made them look like they weren't good. They weren't competition, or they were competition until they went up against the Knicks. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? I don't care what anyone says. Tobias Harris ain't carrying this team anywhere. How on earth are these teams allowing him to look like prime Tobias? A lot of attention is paid against Cunningham. Not a lot of options for teams to guard big wings like Tobias Harris. He's a mismatch, man. He's a mismatch. About 6'9", has the handle out on the perimeters, got the shooting touch, he's playing with a ton of confidence right now. Buzzer beater. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for that, big dog. Project said, Knicks haters are idiots. Plain and simple. Pistons dang near got bounced, and New York is setting records. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it too, Project. I'm ready to see it too. Whether it's the Pistons or the Cavs, bring it on. Roll the ball out. 4-game series, let's do it. 7-game series, let's do it. Mike said, Mikhail's game streak may be wearing on him. He comes alive in the playoffs. Yeah, we've talked about that, Mike, all season long, where it is very clear that he cares very deeply about that game's played streak and plays like it. So during the regular season, he does not go to the basket. He just flat out, Mike, does not take layups. It is actually like one of the things where if he does take a layup in a basketball game, it's like, oh my, did he just go to the basket? Because he'll have space, and he'll just stop and pop for a little pull-up jumper because he doesn't want to go to the basket because that's putting him at risk of maybe he rolls an ankle, maybe he falls on his wrist, maybe something happens and he's got to miss a game. He very much clearly cares about that consecutive games played streak and plays like it during the regular season. But when push comes to shove and it's the playoffs, he goes to the basket. It is a completely different Mikal Bridges playoffs versus regular season. Gigi said, Mikhail is awaiting your apology. I apologized already. Mike said, playing not to get hurt? Absolutely. He 100% plays not to get hurt during the regular season. And when it comes to the playoffs and you're seeing him go to the basket and he's getting layups and he's Euro-stepping past guys and he's taking contact and he's shooting free throws, there's actually a crazy stat. I forget what it is off the top of my head, but we were keeping track of it during the regular season. There's a crazy stat about how few free throws Mikal Bridges shot and how few of them actually came on fouls in the paint. Like a majority of those were fouls on jump shots. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? Mitchell better wake up and drive his team to the finish line. He better. So we actually have this swap, so let's do this. Let's look at the team stats and see how they stacked up against each other. And then, of course, we'll go through the box score and see how that stacks up against our bingo card. So first, we'll look at the possession battle as we always do, and it is slightly favoring the Detroit Pistons here by 4, 42 attempts to 38 attempts. 3-point shooting, favoring the Cavs 9 made to 6 made, and yet they trail by 4. Free throw battle, heavily favoring the Cavs, and yet they trail by 4. 16 attempts to 5 attempts. Wow. And you've made 3 more threes? Oh, it's not looking good for Cleveland. Just looking at this, it ain't looking for good for Cleveland, y'all. They're winning the free throw battle. They're winning the 3-point shooting battle. They're, slightly losing the possession battle. The rebounding, 20 to 15. The Pistons winning the rebounding battle. Decent amount, 5 rebounds there. Offensive rebound, 6 to 5. Okay. David said, blue blazer with a Chevy logo on it, going on sale soon. Get it, Chevy merchandise. We'll see what we can get cooking at some point. Bible is a Bible. Plus, Knicks watching all this. They're going to win the first 2 games for sure, no matter who's at home or away. We'll see. Mike said, I feel kind of away knowing that we traded enough picks to almost get Giannis for Mikal. I don't think Milwaukee really wants the Knicks picks. I don't think Milwaukee really wants the Knicks picks at all. I don't think the Knicks had a package with their picks to go out and get Giannis. Any Giannis trade is going to have to involve Atlanta. Atlanta owns Milwaukee's picks. Nor do I think Milwaukee would have been interested in Karl Anthony Towns or OG Anunoby. Not for a Giannis trade. They either want a young up-and-coming star player that they can start to build around, or they want their picks back. And Atlanta owns their picks. So I guess it could have been a wacky 3-team deal where you're sending like Towns and Anunoby over to Atlanta, and then Atlanta's sending a bunch of draft capital back to Milwaukee, and then Milwaukee is sending Giannis to the Knicks. But what do you want Giannis for? How's Giannis' playoff stats looking like this year? How's Giannis' playoff stats looking like the last 4 years that he's been hurt? I'll take Karl Anthony Towns any day of the week. And Giannis is one of my favorite, he's my favorite player to watch in the NBA when he's healthy. And I'll take Karl Anthony Towns over him. I would, unfortunately for him. David Osh Jr. said, hearing Jaylen Brown for Giannis, that has been the most popular thing out on the rumor mill. I don't think Milwaukee really wants that. Again, any Giannis trade is going to probably have to include Atlanta. So I could see Jaylen Brown going to Atlanta. I could see a wild pick package and some young players like Dyson Daniels and, I don't know, Okongwu going to Milwaukee with all the picks back and probably some more. A couple Boston picks, a couple Atlanta picks. And then Milwaukee sending Giannis to Boston. Mike said, I'd consider Zion before Giannis. Zion is much younger. I'm good on either one of them, brother. The injury history for both of those guys is crazy. I don't really care about the age at this point. I really don't. The injury history is crazy. Both of them. Sean Martin said, every foul in this game goes to Shea's foul account. At least 15 shots from the free throw line for giggles next game. Sure. Gummy Shark, what's up, Gummy Shark? Does Zion play? He played a ton of games this year. He's trying to do it again for 2 years in a row next year. Buzzy Beater said, I'm still in a high from the sweep. It was a fun time. We get to enjoy the rest of the week, too. Chi-Chi said, Chef, you're going to have to shout me out. I believe I was the only one on here saying the Knicks were... Oh, okay, brother. Yeah, I believe I was the only one saying the Knicks were going all the way. Not there yet. Close. 100% I stood my ground. I'm taking some credit. Brother, you get no credit. You're Mr. And I'll never let you live it down, Chi-Chi. You're Mr. I want to trade Mitchell Robinson for Jonas Valanciunas. Get out of here. You trusted this team. You didn't even trust Big Mitch. I have been the person up here, and obviously there's a couple of people in the chat as well with me. For 2.5 years now, 3 years now, I have been shouting from the rooftop that this is since they traded for Karl Anthony Towns, so I guess 2 years now, that this is a championship contending team. They had all the pieces. They just needed a coach to put the pieces in place. And they finally found one in Mike Brown. And while I'm not the biggest fan of Mike Brown, brother, you got to salute your hat to the job that he's done. Mike said, Mitch is the key to this Knicks team. They're all keys. It is a team for a reason, right? Anunoby, I've always called him the perfect puzzle piece of the team. He makes the picture look the way that it does because of his versatility offensively and defensively, right? But we might need to change that because of the way they looked without him and what they've showed to be capable of doing without him. Although, again, they're not going much farther if they don't get him back, which they will have him back for game 1. Marlon said, orange and blue skies, yes, sir. Jimbo Dini, what's up, Jimbo? They've been watching my 2K streams. There you go. Jason said, you should be ashamed of yourself to Chi-Chi. I'm not going to let you live that down, Chi-Chi. You will never live that down as long as you hang out with me, brother. Never in your life. You wanted Mitchell Robinson. Listen, wanting Mitchell Robinson traded last season was a popular opinion because he was injured, he wasn't back, and they weren't entirely sure when he would be back. So it wasn't an unpopular opinion to say Mitchell Robinson. That wasn't a crazy idea. I fully understood that. That is sane. What was always insane was Chi-Chi trying to trade him for Jonas Valanciunas. Get out of here. That was crazy. The Valanciunas part was crazy. Trading Mitchell Robinson, I get the sentiment back then when he was injured, and again, we weren't sure when he was coming back. But the Valanciunas part was crazy. And I told you it was crazy from jump, and you tried to ride it out to the very end, and you were wrong then, you're even more wrong now. Gigi said, nah, Chef, you know I kept telling you we're going all the way. While everyone wanted to dismantle the team. Here we go, especially trade Cat rant. Of course I wanted him traded. Kinar said, I think that was Chi-Chi who Mitchie threw it down on. Jason said, Chi-Chi was out here telling us we're better with Brunson off the floor too. Never forget. All the Brunsons landed too, Chi-Chi, that you be throwing out as well. They on you right now, Chi-Chi, they on you. You think that they don't remember what you be saying in the chat, but we remember. TD in the morning said, if Duren is playing like trash and Stewart is not helping, why are they getting minutes? Because you've relied on them all regular season. I know it's easy to say just play Paul Reed ahead of Stewart and limit Duren's minutes if they're not playing well. But oftentimes coaching and rotation changes go a little bit further than just I'm gonna limit your minutes because you're not playing well. Sometimes it's I need you to play well for us to, like Detroit is thinking we want to, make the finals, if not win the finals, right? So, I'm sure in JB Bickerstaff's mind, he's thinking, well, we're not going to go to the finals, or we're not going to be able to win the finals unless Jalen Duren steps up. Like, we're not going to do that playing majority Paul Reed minutes, as good as Paul Reed could be. Like, we're not doing that. That's not happening. It's not consistently. He may come in and have a really nice stretch, or have a really good game, or have a really good stretch of games. But the guys that got you here, Duren and Stewart, you're going to need them to step up if you want to make a finals run, if you want to win the championship, which is what the Pistons are thinking. They were a 60-win regular season team, as they should be thinking that. They're thinking past this Cleveland series. And maybe that's wrong. Maybe they should have more confidence in players like Stewart and Duren to keep their heads up, getting their minutes reduced, if not being pulled entirely from the rotation. But oftentimes coaches are just like, listen, I'm going to keep my guys' heads up. I'm going to keep the similar rotation, keep the rotation very similar, unless we become extremely desperate. And then which maybe we'll try something different. But I think oftentimes with a coach, it's about keeping the confidence and morale of your team as high as possible and putting Duren out there and being like, I trust you. You need to come through. I haven't hated the way Duren has played today. He had a really rough start to the game. Really rough start to the game. But outside of that, he's been solid. Let's continue to go through these team stats so we can get to the box score. Hector said, we will make your house our house and show you how real fans travel. That'll be fun. Teeth in the morning said, I agree, but Duren has had 12 games, to step up in the postseason. He's still not doing, Can we risk waiting longer? You're not wrong. Absolutely not wrong. I just think that it's easier said than done. And also, there's a built-in excuse of, well, the front office didn't go out and make changes during the deadline, so it's not really on me. I'm trusting the guys that got a 60 regular season wins rather than, throw Paul Reed in there who's cold, hasn't been a part of the rotation, who's gotten his minutes yanked left and right? So it's easier said than done, and I think especially when Jalen Duren's contract extension is coming up this offseason, if Duren sees his minutes reduced during this playoff run because he's playing poorly, but if he sees his minutes reduced and then he goes into the offseason and the front office is like, brother, your coach limited your minutes. Like, we can't give you this enormous contract. We're going to take some of it off the table, just a little bit. Take some off the top. Jalen Duren could build resentment for the head coach for being like, man, I lost money because you pulled my minutes. And I know you pulled my minutes because I was playing well, but you should have believed in me. I was figuring it out. I would have played better. It could cause some dissent. And I think ultimately a head coach's job in the NBA specifically is obviously it's X's and O's and coming up with a game plan and a scheme that fits your team. But it is also about maintaining trust with your players, because you saw it with the Orlando Magic. The second they lost trust in their head coach, their season sank, and ultimately he was fired what felt like minutes, seconds after the Game 7 loss. Right? So I think if anything, JB Bickerstaff might also be looking at it, well, I don't want to upset the guy who's about to sign a massive contract here by yanking his minutes around during the playoff run. It could be a little bit of that too. That is just all hypothetical, obviously. I don't know for sure. But we're back into it. Start of the second half. Thompson hands it off to Harris. Harris being guarded by Harden. Coming to his left foul line. Fall away. Man, he's really feeling it. He shoots up an air ball that time. But that's a dude trying to make something out of nothing. It's like, I don't know if that's the offense we want to go to coming out of halftime. Here comes Mobley bringing it down. He adds it up top, coming to his left. Again, we'll go through the box scores during the next timeout break. We'll also go through the rest of the team stats as well. We got too busy talking to each other, as we tend to do during halftime. Harden along the baseline inside the Mitchell floater. Got to go down for Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, his first made basket of the half, goes down after a really rough first half. He's already matched the amount of field goals he made in that first half. Duren up top being guarded by Jared Allen. Fakes the handoff, keeps it, hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham, jab step, coming to his right, swings it over to Harris. He'll cash and fire from three over Harden. He'll come up short. Battle for the rebound. Thompson had it, lost it. Dean Wade picks it up, gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it down the other way. Mitchell up top, dancing with it against Cunningham. Coming to his right, down the lane, leans in, looking for the foul, gets the foul, and one for Donovan Mitchell, who's come out flexing. Feeling himself coming out of halftime. I just think it's funny. Guy had a miserable first half. He knocks down 2 shots to start the second half, and he's flexing. Like, okay, brother. I get it. T. the morning said, sorry I distracted you with sports politics. Nah, that's cool, brother. Honestly, I'd rather talk about sports politics than break down a box score, honestly. Let's just watch the game. Donovan Mitchell does knock down the second free throw. Gives the Cavs a 1-point lead. We have more than enough time to do so anyway. We have timeout breaks and all of that. We'll be fine. 1-point lead. Cunningham in the lane throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Dean Wade, the rebound, gets it over to Mitchell. Shot out of the can and bring it down. Runs into Thompson and then flops to the floor looking for the foul. They don't give it to him. Swings it over to Mobley. Mobley in the paint, kicks it out to Wade. Extra pass over to Mitchell. Wide open straightaway three from Mitchell. Is he feeling it? Oh, he's feeling it coming out of the halftime break. And he's mean mugging the Pistons now. All right, Donovan Mitchell doing a little too much for me. All right, dude, you're getting a little corny. You had a miserable first half. You come out, knock down your first 3 shots, and you flop to the floor. Come on, man. You're looking a little silly out there. Come on. Keep it going, though. Keep it going. Keep it a fun, competitive game. I want that. Sean said, Aaron Boone always manages to lose games for his Yankees. Unfortunate. Sons Jen said, hats off, Chi-Chi. He shows up and takes his medicine. Shout out my guy, Chi-Chi. Nick Yak, what's up, Yak? The difference in game has been LeVert and Mitchell in the first half. Yeah, so Mitchell was terrible. Karis LeVert was fantastic. We talked about it a little bit. We are during the timeout breaks. Let's go back to the box score or the team stats. Yeah, and we talked about it. What if LeVert cools off? What if Mitchell finally gets it going? What's it going to look like? Who else is going to contribute? Is there going to be any other surprises? We went through most of the important stats. The other important stat here, turnovers 10-8, so about even. 4-point lead here for the Cavs. Mitchell will go to the foul line for one more as well. Largest lead for the Cavs was 11 earlier in the game when Harden got off to the hot start. Pistons then led by 7. They led for 60% of the game actually as well, which is pretty sizable amount. About 60-30. It's not the biggest, thing. It's been a lot of back and forth. 10% of the time it's also been tied, so there's that. Nate Yak said, Duren doing nothing? Not a great game for Duren. I think he's been okay. He had a miserable stretch to start the game. But I think since then he's been okay. He's got 6-2. But again, I've said this. I've been harping on this since literally, game 2, 3 of the Orlando series of round 1, where it's like, okay, he's not scoring a lot. They're locking him up, right? They're really limiting his ability to put the ball in the basket. But this has to be the area you lock in on then, right? You got to be a rebounding machine for your team. If the scoring's not going to go your way, and you were a 20-point scorer during the regular season, well, then lock in on this area. Lock in on another area of the game. Defensively, rebounding, something. And he hasn't done any of that. It has been way too lackadaisical of a performance from him here in the playoffs as a whole. Sons Jen said, I love Cat, never said a bad word, and I'm also not insane. I've learned to love Cat. Didn't always love Cat, mostly his game. I love Cat the person. Everything I've read and heard about him off court, I'm like, that's an awesome dude. But never really loved his game. Love his game right now. Love his game. Tuesday morning said, you have to find a way to impact the game any way you can. Yeah, and it's easier for a center, a starting center at that, who is as big as Jalen Duren is, if you're struggling offensively, to go and attack the boards and just be like, I'm a rebound, right? There was a stretch during the regular season where Karl-Anthony Towns was miserable offensively. He was averaging like 12 points per game, 10 points per game, something like that. Like, they weren't even really looking for him. He wasn't being really incorporated into the offense, and you could tell he was miserable. But you know what he did? He started to rebound the ball like crazy and was averaging like 16 rebounds per game during like a 7-8 game stretch. He was like, fine, I'm not going to get the ball on offense. I'm still trying to win basketball games, so I'm just going to attack the boards. And I need to see that kind of mentality from Duren, whether he gets it or not. I'm not even really seeing him battle a ton down low for rebounds. If I'm being honest, he looks a little overweight. He looks like he's got a little too much muscle on him. He needs to slim down or become a much more creative offensive player to utilize that strength. But he has almost no explosion getting off the court. And guys are able to sky and rebound over him. It's too athletic of a league. Right? He's got to work on his positioning. Got to work on a lot of things. Here we go. Cade Cunningham will bring it down, 10-20 to go. It's a 4-point game. He's being guarded by Wade, but full court. Cunningham up top, coming to his right after the Harris screen. Pulls it out, being guarded by Harden. Cunningham, dribble pull up three over Harden. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Mobley. Some really tough shot selection here for the Pistons to start this second half. Mobley bringing it down, crosses over to his left. Mobley, dancing with it. Kicks it out to Harden up top. Harden swings through to his left, off the Dean Wade screen. He's got a lane, step back, pump fake, leans in, wraps it around to Jared Allen, lays it up in. What a pass from James Harden. And it's a 6-point lead for the Cavs. Yeah, I said we'll be playing the Cavs. I like the confidence. Duren up top, hands it off to Robinson. Either way, I like the Knicks matchup. Either way, I like it for the Knicks. 9:40 to go. We got a foul on Donovan Mitchell out on the perimeter trying to chase Duncan Robinson around some screens. Mike said Detroit is in trouble. Down by 6 right now. And there's an offensive foul as Harden hits the floor. Who's that foul on? Duren, his third foul here early in the third quarter. Is that a blessing in disguise here for the Pistons? Durs instead of, I like Cade, always have, dude just gets in his own head a bit. Yeah, the turnovers and the offensive fouls are the things that drive you crazy about Towns. Mobley will bring it down. 9:40 to go. Paul Reed is in the game. There he is, TT in the morning. There he is. Paul Reed has made his appearance here tonight for the first time. Mitchell gets it up top to Harden. Harden being guarded by Harris. Coming to his left. Robinson edges out hard to get it into Dean Wade. Dean Wade gets tied up. Loose ball. Paul Reed diving onto it. Wade able to pick it up, get it out to Harden. Harden down the lane, step back, inside pass. Mobley flips up with the right hand hook, and that is an air ball, and that is a shot clock violation. That will indeed help our bingo card. That will indeed help our bingo card. Shot clock violation. We also have to go through the box score just to see how it matches up to our bingo card and what we're looking at. Here comes Cade Cunningham bringing it down. A little over 9 minutes to go here in this third. Cunningham coming to his left, picked up by Mitchell, spinning back to his right in the paint, leaves it off to Thompson. Thompson gets surrounded by a couple of bigs, tried to go to the reverse layup, gets blocked in the paint. Dean Wade picks it up, shoves it over to Harden. Harden over to Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it down. Mitchell on the left wing, stops, turns, pulls it out. He's being guarded by Cade Cunningham up top. Mitchell coming to his right off the Wade screen. They lose him, and Mitchell just stops and pops. I don't even know how to describe that. Duncan Robinson just stopped guarding him. He just stopped. He hedged out and let him run past him and then just continued to stand there. And Mitchell just walks into a pull-up three. Cunningham tries to dump it down low to Thompson. Again, gets picked off by Mobley. Mobley has been fantastic defensively here tonight. My goodness. Harden dribbling it against Robinson. They kick it out to Wade. They get it up top to Mobley. Pass fake. Mobley will take the lane. They kick it out to Harden. Relocates. Left wing three for him. It's a big one. He got it. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are rolling right now. And yet another timeout has to be called by the Pistons to quell this run from the Cavs. It's now a 12-point lead. 68-56. Trying to tie it up at 2 games apiece. Detroit boys had too much iso ball by Cade. He's trying to do a lot right now. I mean, what else is he supposed to do? He doesn't really have a traditional pick-and-roll partner out there with Paul Reed out there. Doesn't have Duren or Stewart. Thompson really struggling tonight. Cunningham trying to force a couple of possessions to him. They're staying connected to Duncan Robinson as he's running off these screens, so he's not available. I guess they can go back to Harris, run a 2-man game between Cunningham and Harris and try that. But like you said, they're doing a lot of Cunningham isolation. They're doing a lot of Tobias Harris isolation as well. Not really playing off of each other right now. Big Yak said Thompson will beat up Brunson again, even though we win. They hit Brunson every chance they get. Yeah, I mean, Brunson's built for it, though. That's, every team does that. The Philly tried to do that. Every team tries to do it. With the way the Knicks are playing offense now, getting Brunson off ball and forcing Thompson to chase him around out on the perimeter will probably work in their favor. And will also slow down the way Thompson is able to play defense on Brunson and probably force a couple of switches so Thompson isn't forced to guard him every single time. But we'll see. Nagyak said Cavs had 19 turnovers in the 2 losses. They did indeed. Shout out James Harden. Turning the ball over like crazy in those. But Cade Cunningham did have the 8 turnovers the other night in their loss. So turnover batter might be the most important stat during this series here. Who's going to turn it over most? All right. Now that we've gone through this, let's take a look at the box score while we still have time before this timeout break is over. Detroit Boy said DHOs, different pick and roll guys. Get Danis out there. We'll probably see, good point, Detroit Boy. They'll probably see Danis coming out of this timeout for sure. All right, so we need Harris for 15. He's got 14. Tyson for 10 off the bench for the Cavs. Jalen Tyson's got 1 point. That's not helping. Jared Allen for 15 and 8. Jared Allen here tonight has a 7 and 3. Still on the board. It's possible. He's kind of on pace for it. Not out of the realm of possibility. We have Harden for 25. I mean, he's hooping tonight. He's got 18. 25 is in the cards for James Harden here tonight. Triple-double, obviously, we'll keep an eye on as the night goes on. It doesn't really look good for anybody, honestly. Harden needs 1 more assist. He's got 9. 1 more assist for the double-double. That'll help. Nobody really on pace, really, for a triple-double. Looking at Cade, he's only got the 1 rebound. So, no, not looking like we're going to get a triple-double here tonight. We haven't had 2 consecutive missed free throws. We haven't had a logo 3. Any player with 3 blocks? Any player with 3 blocks. I think Mobley's got to have it. Definitely has a bunch of steals and blocks. Mobley with 2 blocks and 3 steals, 5 total stocks for Mobley. Wow, he's dominating defensively here tonight. 4-point play. Haven't had one of those. Haven't had any challenges yet. No field challenge. We did have a jump ball. Robinson for 3 threes. I don't think he's hit a 3 tonight. Duncan Robinson, 0 for 1 from 3. Again, they're doing a good job of staying connected to him and not even giving him open shots here tonight. We have successful challenge, no challenges yet. Mitchell for 30. He's getting it going here in the second half. He's now up to 15. He's also on pace for his 30. So we'll see if he continues to stay hot. Double-double again. We're very close with the Harden. 9 assists there. Strus for 10 points and 2 threes. I know he's hit 1 3. He's got 5 points. He's halfway there. He's on pace. We haven't had a technical foul. No goaltend. Duran for 20 points seems highly unlikely at this point, but again, I just can't bring it. I guess I could at this point bring it down to 15, just so maybe this isn't a spot that has yet to be filled all playoffs long. As a matter of fact, I had it at 25 to start the playoffs, and he played so poorly, I was like, all right, knock it down to 20. But you're an all-star, brother. I feel strange knocking it down to 15 for you, but I guess I will in the next game. Because it's been that bad. Cunningham driving it down, cross-court pass gets picked off by Mitchell, and here come the turnovers piling up for Cade Cunningham here in the second half. Wow. Mitchell has it on the left wing, waiting for his teammates. He's going to isolate against Harris. Hesitates, steps back. He's feeling his step back, fall away 3. He's feeling it, folks. Donovan Mitchell looking to take over. 71-56 is now a 15-point lead for the Cavs. Here comes Danis Jenkins. He has it up top, being guarded by Harden. Hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham on the left wing, hands it off to LeVert. LeVert spins, being guarded by Cunningham. Gets it over to Paul Reed up top. Paul Reed, ball knocked out of his hands by Jared Allen. He goes to the half-court line to pick it up. He's going to look to isolate and break it down. Crossover, step back, foul line, pump fake, over to LeVert, over to Jenkins. Jab step, coming to his right, crossing over to his left, to the lane. Gets swatted out of there by Jared Allen. The defense is impenetrable right now. My goodness. Way too much isolating here for the Detroit Pistons. I mean, even that isolation there from Paul Reed, he did a couple of between-the-leg crossovers, size-up dribble moves just to kick it back, and that's a shot clock violation. It was 0.6 on the clock when the Pistons had to inbound it. Paul Reed trying to isolate, attack Jared Allen, doesn't even really go into him, stops at the foul line, and then kicks it out. So you wasted like 4 seconds at the shot clock doing nothing, brother. Here comes Mobley bringing it down the other way. Mobley coming to his left off a Harden screen. Mobley dancing with it against Harris. Coming to his right in the paint. Kicks it out to Mitchell. He's feeling it. He's going to pull it back out, being guarded by Karis LeVert. Mitchell out by the half-court line. He's really feeling it right now. He wants the ball in his hands. Telling everybody to get out of my way. Isolating. Sidestep. Deep 3. Left wing. Comes up short. Jared Allen, the offensive rebound. Ball knocked loose, but a loose ball foul. Paul Reed will keep the ball here with the Cavs. And Detroit losing a ton of momentum right now. 15-point game. Not out of the realm of possibility, but you got to start climbing back here. Got to start quelling some of the momentum. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? Recovery Grind, what's up, Recovery? Detroit Boy said, looks like Cade from 2 years ago, just throwing the ball away. He is just throwing the ball away right now. Looking a little overwhelmed against this Cavs defense. They're applying a ton of pressure to him. They get it into Harden, being guarded by LeVert in the left corner. Harden, jab step, coming to his right. Look like they're trying to pick on LeVert a little bit. They get it inside. Jared Allen in the paint. Oh my goodness, drop step, one-handed hammer over Paul Reed. And the Cavs are taking it to the Pistons right now. Harris on the right wing, bringing it down the other way. Harris up top to Reed, hands it off to Cunningham. Swings through to his left off the Reed screen. Sees two defenders. Over to Harris. Mishandles the ball, but now driving to his left. Step back, baseline, fall away over Mobley. Comes up short. Loose ball rebound, and a foul on the loose ball rebound. On the Cavs, fouling Paul Reed, trying to keep him off the glass. The ball will stay here with the Pistons. Catch a bit of a break there. And this is why you don't want to play Paul Reed, and why you want to have Stewart or Dern out there. Jared Allen muscling his way into the paint. Mark said, you love to see it. Pistons struggling here, but it's only 17. Have not scored this quarter. Wow, we are almost at the halfway point, and the Pistons haven't scored. And Cunningham throws it away again off a double team. Just throws it to nobody. Here comes Mobley bringing it down the other way. He's being guarded by LeVert. He has him in the post, backing him down. Ball knocked out of his hands. He picks it up. They kick it out to Mitchell. Mitchell swings through to his right on Jenkins. Mitchell spins off of LeVert, throws up the floater. Oh, he's got it. He's cooking. And Bickerstaff's already used 2 timeouts this quarter. Project Slab with another generous super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Oh my goodness, it's a 19-point lead here, and the Pistons haven't scored for half the quarter. We're at 6 minutes to go. They haven't put the ball in the basket yet. Paul Reed down the lane. He finally gets a two-handed slam. Finally breaking the seal for his team. My goodness. 17-point game here. Mitchell will bring it down. All momentum on their side. Can they continue to carry it? Mitchell down the lane. Scoop lane with the right hand. High off glass over Paul Reed. Got it to go. Pistons, Harris on the right wing. Up top to Reed. He'll line up the straightaway 3. He'll knock down a straightaway 3. Paul Reed trying to drag his team back into this one, trying to keep them hanging around. It's a 16-point game. Mitchell coming to his right, being guarded by LeVert, crosses over to his left in the lane, leans in, floater gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. And they are picking on Caris LeVert right now. Teammates actually having to pull Caris LeVert to the side to talk to him real quick. Teeth in the morning said, what is happening? Pistons are out there like they have no plays or ideas. I don't know. You're right. I don't know what they're going to. They're not running any sets, not running any plays. They're like just traditional pick and roll. See what Cade Cunningham can make. And he's not making anything right now. He's got nothing cooking. 5:21 to go here. Let our timer catch up. What did my guy Project Slab say with a very generous super chat? As a matter of fact, let's pull it back up. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support, big dog, as always. He said, so much better than Brunson, clearly. Clown emoji. Blue and orange. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think they're all on the same level. I think Cunningham and Brunson on the same level. When it comes to the playoffs, Brunson's been here, and he's done it. Cade Cunningham has yet to do so. Mitchell knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Troy Jeffries, what's up, Troy? What are we eating? Looking like we're eating a Cavs victory the way this is going, but it's only a 16-point game. It's only a 16-point game. Definitely feels like a couple of missed opportunities here for the Cavs to continue to push this lead. 16's not big enough. It's not a definite lead. He does knock down both free throws. Donovan Mitchell gets it back to a 17-point game. 78-61, but the Pistons really struggling to score right now. LeVert, up top, they have 5 points in this quarter. All 5 coming from Paul Reed. LeVert, pump fakes, draws the foul, gets the shot to go down. Foul and Dennis Schroeder. LeVert now will go to the foul line for one more. And they're slowly chipping away. Slowly building back. Again, not out of the realm of possibility. It's fantastic for the Pistons. They survived a huge haymaker from the Cavs. Only a 15-point game. You continue to put the ball in the basket a couple more times, you'll be all right. Detroit boy said, come on, Motorcade. We'll get it going at some point. He is now out of the game. So, again, how they survive the... they take a point away from the Cavs, by the way. They say one of the Donovan Mitchell threes was actually a 2, had a toe on the line. LeVert splits the free throws, 78-64. Or did he knock down both? I forget. 78-64 is the score, 14-point game. Mitchell on the right wing being guarded by Harris. Mitchell's feeling it. Mitchell dancing with it. Crosses over. In the lane, throws up the floater, off the back of the rim, gets the friendly bounce, he gets it to drop down. He's getting to his spot, he's knocking it down right now, and he's feeling himself. He's got a little pep to his step. Here comes Danish Jenkins bringing it down the other way. Jenkins up top. He's being guarded by Mitchell. Jenkins coming to his right, pulls it out. Gets it over to Paul Reed. Paul Reed on the left wing. Fakes the handoff, keeps it. Coming to his right, picks up his handle. Allen went for the steal. They get over to Robinson. Robinson being guarded by Merrill, and they finally call a foul on Sam Merrill. That's 3 fouls on Merrill. Captain Mast. What's up, Captain Mast? No Knicks win championship in my perfect world. What's up, Captain Mast? Jeff Brown. What's up, Jeff? Sean Martinson. Jenkins MIA as usual. Danish Jenkins with 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist so far here tonight. And Donovan Mitchell comes out of the game, 4:25 to go here in the third. I definitely would have kept him in the game, man. Keep him in the game. He is smoking hot right now, and you only have a 16-point lead. The Pistons are going to come back and chip away at this lead as LeVert gets a wide open lane to the basket, knocks down the lefty layup. And it was a 16-point lead. Now it's 14. The Pistons are going to chip away at this before the end of the half, and it's going to be because Kenny Atkinson took out Donovan Mitchell from the game. Terrible decision. Hopefully he doesn't bite him in the butt. Let's see what Harden's got cooking. He crosses over on Harris, kicks out to Merrill, wide open straightaway three. Merrill can't get it to go. Rebounded by Paul Reed. Here comes Duncan Robinson. Robinson up top. Gets it over to Paul Reed. I hate when coaches take out players who are smoking hot, especially your star player. Why? Paul Reed isolating against Jared Allen, spins in the lane, knocks down a hook shot with the right hand. Little push shot, actually, with the right hand. And again, it's 12. They're right back into it. 12-point ball game is nothing. That's a nothing lead in modern basketball. They get over to Harden. Harden up top being guarded by LeVert. Harden gets it back to Schroeder. Schroeder on the right wing, being guarded by Jenkins. Swings through to his right up the Merrill screen. Mid-range, pump fakes, out to Merrill. Jab step, coming to his right, has to put up the three. Almost banks it in. Rebounded by LeVert. LeVert will bring it down. Why did you take Donovan Mitchell out of the game, Kenny Atkinson? I don't care what your regular rotation is. He's smoking hot right now. Leave him in. Paul Reed spins off the defender, gets fouled by Merrill, who's going to the foul line for 2. And he could knock it back to a 10-point game. So after all of that, Kenny Atkinson was like, let me pull out my star basketball player. When Cade Cunningham, like, you have to sense blood in the water. Kenny Atkinson, man. Oh, my goodness. Cade Cunningham comes out of the game. Donovan Mitchell is smoking hot. He can't be stopped. They can't stay in front of him. The three-point shots are going down, off the dribble, falling away. It doesn't matter. They're going in. Cade Cunningham comes out of the game as Paul Reed misses the first free throw. You have a 16-point lead. And you take him out of the game. And now suddenly it's back to a 12-point game, couple of baskets scored, the offense not looking good for the Cavs. And I know you're like, well, I got James Harden out there. James Harden's not hooping this quarter. Donovan Mitchell is. Pull James Harden out of the game. Put somebody else in. Tell Donovan Mitchell, go continue to cook. Throw your regular season rotations out of the window. It's the playoffs. Go by feel. Do you have feel, Kenny Atkinson? Do you have any feel? Do you have any feel for the game? Terrible decision. Terrible decision. And it's going to cost them the lead. And the Pistons, you knew the Pistons, again, like I said, they absorbed the punches. They absorbed the haymakers. You knew they're a tougher rumble team. They don't really get blown out. You knew they were going to absorb the punches. But you have to smell blood in the water in the playoffs. And you have to go, Donovan Mitchell, you're smoking. Stay out there. I know this is usually your rest time. Stay out there the rest of the quarter. We'll rest you to start the fourth. You'll come back in. Don't worry about that. Keep cooking them. Keep cooking them until you're down on your knees, huffing and puffing. Then we'll get you a break. Bonita Crandon, what's up, Crandon? Terrible decision. Yak said nobody that hot asked to come out. Nobody. He didn't ask to come out. That was just a regular rotation. That's the time he normally comes out of the games in third quarters. He comes out of the game before Harden does. He does it in the first quarter as well. But when you're playing that well, like I said, have a feel for the game, Atkinson. Adjust on the fly and say, no, you're staying out there. I want to pull Harden out of the game. Donovan Mitchell, you continue to cook because they can't guard you right now. Why? Mark said he needs to be back in after this timeout, right? Nope, he ain't coming back in. I have no expectation he will. Cunningham is back in, though. And again, Cunningham came out of the game for a couple of minutes there. Cook with him off the court. Now you got Paul Reed hooping. Paul Reed did miss the first free throw. He's got another one coming. He misses both. That's 2 missed free throws from the same player. That goes up with the bingo card. Here comes Schroeder bringing it down. 3 minutes to go. Still 12-point lead. Harden on the right wing. Being guarded by Cunningham. And a foul, Duncan Robinson holding on to Merrill. Maria Gomes. What's up, Maria? If a player is cooking, don't take him out. Very simple. Very simple. Vic, what's up, Vic? 2 missed free throws. We did have 2 missed free throws. We did indeed have 2 missed free throws. Bingo cards are not looking great. Gonna need some of these player props to start hitting. Mobley up top. He's got nowhere to go. He picked up his handle. He's got nowhere to go. 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 Tries to feed it down low to Strus. Gets stolen. Strus hits the floor. It's a 5-on-4 situation. LeVert is going to drive it down in the lane. Stop. Shoves it inside the Paul Reed. Reverse layup for Paul Reed. And you allowing Paul Reed to come in and score 9 points on you. Not that you allowed. Paul Reed's a very good basketball player. This is why Pistons fans have been ruined for Paul Reed minutes all series long. But they get it over to Strus. He's going to pump fake. He'll take the baseline. Strus in the lane. Kicks out to Sam Merrill. Extra pass to Harden. Harden with the pass fake. Driving it down to the lane. Throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Mobley, the offensive rebound. Gets grabbed by Cunningham. And he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. That is Cade's first foul of the game. Second foul. Second foul of the night. I was about to say. Wow. So Mobley's going to the foul line for 2. Yak said, Knicks did that too many times for us. What do you mean? Like pull a player out when they're hot? I could only recall off the top of my head a couple of times that happening, but not too many. Mobley knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. But also, I don't know if Mike Brown ever did that to a player that was as hot as Donovan Mitchell just was. I mean, he just scored like 10 straight points. He was unstoppable for a minute there. D, what's up, D? LeVert with 22. Robinson with no threes. Yeah, everybody losing those lineups today. Mobley knocks down both free throws. Here comes Cunningham bringing it down against Strus. See if they can settle themselves down or if the Pistons can get themselves going. And it's an 8-second violation on Cade Cunningham. Couldn't get the ball past the half-court line against Strus. Cade Cunningham, way too lackadaisical in this quarter, man. Way too what is his turnovers numbers looking like? He is now up to 4 turnovers here tonight with 5 assists. A little over 2 minutes to go here. Harden up top by the logo. Coming to is right off the Merrill screen. Slips it over to Merrill. Merrill straight away 3 in the pick and pop. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Stan Merrill, you got to get some of those threes to go down, brother. They're open. Got to be a knockdown 3-point shooter. Here comes LeVert up top. Coming to his right. Driving it down. Pulls it back. Gets it over to Paul Reed. Paul Reed swings through to his left. Fakes the handoff. Leaves it up to Robinson. Robinson down the lane. Throws up a tough floater. Paul Reed catches it in the paint. Kicks it back out to Robinson. Pump fakes. Side dribble. 3. Got it to go for Duncan Robinson. There you go. There you go, Duncan Robinson. His first made 3 of the night. Hit ahead to Strus. Gets it over to Harden. Harden's looking for an answer. Oh, my goodness. James Harden. Catch and shoot from 3 off the handoff. He gets those 3 points right back. Gets back to 12. Danish Jenkins attacking to his left. Pulls it back out. Jenkins on the left wing. Spins off of Merrill. Taking the baseline. Spins. Kicks it back to Paul Reed. He's going to pump fake. He's going to drive it down on Mobley. Stops. Spins. Behind the back pass. Somehow Jenkins picks it up. Gets blocked by Mobley. That's 3 blocks by Mobley. Throw it up on the bingo card as well. And the ball is going to go back to the Cavs. Mobley has been dominating this game defensively, man. You got to give it up to him. He's been fantastic defensively tonight. It's his 3rd block. He's already got 3 steals. He got 6 stocks tonight. Any player for 3 blocks is somewhere. We'll figure it out in a second. Here comes Mobley bringing it down. Gets it over to Schroeder. Schroeder swings through to his left. Pulls it back. We're under a minute to go here. Up top to Harden. Harden. Cavs with a 12-point lead, and Harden's going to dance with it. He's going to pump fake over to Dennis Schroeder. He's going to pump fake. He's going to drive to his left past Jenkins. Foul line floater. He banks it in. The basketball gods are smiling down on the Cavs here tonight. Here comes Paul Reed bringing it down. He has it up top. Paul Reed gets it up top to Danish Jenkins. Coming to his right off the Duncan Robinson screen. All the way to the rim. Leaves it off for Paul Reed. Paul Reed lefty layup. Got it to go. Beautiful pass from Jenkins. And Harden will bring it down with 30 seconds to go. Harden up top, being guarded by LeVert. Harden's going to hold it as long as he can, but there's about an 8-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Harden crosses over to his right off the Merrill screen. Harden's going to dance with it. Coming to his right. He's got Robinson switched onto him. Harden, double step back. Right wing 3 gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 3 free throws. Wow. Duncan Robinson can't believe it, but he's also not looking at his bench for a challenge. See the replay on it. Does he have a bone to pick? Hits him on the elbow. hits him on the elbow. I think he is arguing that he hit the ball first, but Harden's still shooting it, and he follows through off the ball and hits the elbow. That's 3 free throws for James Harden. That's tough. Duncan Robinson, you played him well. K. Hazy, what's up, K. Hazy? Harden is crafty, man. He is. Nick Yak said, I'm looking for LeBron getting swept and watch his antics. I think LeBron's going to be fine, brother. He's about 41 years old. He don't care. He knew he was overmatched. He got no Luka Doncic out there. He's trying to do it all by himself. He got Austin Reeves out there flopping to the floor. We have... Where's Mobley? Mobley, 3 stocks. We had this a while ago. But we also have any player for 3 blocks. Where's that? Harden knocks down both free throws. He's got one more coming for the third. And we have any player for 3 blocks, I think, right? Yeah, we do. Right next to each other. Mobley getting both of those. Mike said, no longer the regular season. No longer the regular season for sure. Harden rattles in the 3rd free throw, getting all 3 of them to fall. It's 75-90. Danish Jenkins up top, coming to his left. Shot clock winding down all the way to the rim. Can't get the lefty layup to go, but Paul Reed right there for the tip up and in. Look at B-ball Paul hooping out there. Gets it to a 13-point game. Harden going to throw the baseball pass with 1.1 to go. Why? And Wade hits the floor hard, but he's fine. He's going to pop right back up. Why throw the baseball pass, Harden? What is that? There's 0.1 on the clock. There's 0.1 on the clock, brother. Nick Yak said, I doubt the Lakers pay LeBron again. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he did win them a playoff series this year. We'll see. Who cares about LeBron, Nick Yak? Who cares about LeBron right now? He's 41 years old. League's moved past LeBron, brother. Cunningham with 12. He did not score in that quarter. Rough quarter for the Pistons, but yet they survived and they're only down by 13. That's not terrible. That's not, obviously, you don't want to trail by double digits at any point. It's a 13-point lead. It's not bad at all. Pinecone Bliss said Paul Reed over Duren. I mean, he's hooping like it. Paul Reed tonight has how many? 13 and 2. While Jalen Duren, their starting center, has 6 and 2. Oh, my goodness. Jalen Duren, brother. You're not helping your case to get paid this offseason, man. You are not helping your case. Not said 21 free throw points for the Cavs. Yeah, we can take a look at that in a second. Yak said, did you see LeBron run to the ref complaining not even considered getting back? He's 41 years old, brother. He's 41 years old playing against the best team in the league without Luka Doncic on his team and Austin Reeves as his running mate. Nothing happening in that series matters, brother. I've seen Wemby do that. I've seen Cunningham do that. I've seen Harden do that. I've seen Towns do that. Why are we acting like LeBron not getting back on defense at 41 years old because he's arguing with the ref is anything out of the ordinary in the NBA? Like, what are we upset about? Why are we screaming into the ether about LeBron James when the Cavs are up by 13 against the Pistons in Game 4 of the playoffs? Who cares? Who cares about LeBron? He's 41. Why are we treating him like he's 28 in the face of the league? Time has passed. The only time LeBron becomes relevant in the league is if he does something good. The league has passed him by. Not in a mean or negative or anything way about that. He's just 41. He had his time in the sun. He's not even trying to be in the spotlight anymore. He's just doing his thing. Who cares? Move on. Fung Pei said, I'm with Nick Yak. We should dwell upon this player. TD in the morning said, let's go Pistons. Get this. Get the closeout in the 4th quarter. Doesn't matter how you started. Matters how you finish. Yeah, 13-point lead to me. I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's nothing. 13's nothing. If I'm Cleveland walking out of a quarter in which for the first 6 minutes of the quarter, the Pistons did not score a point. Not that they didn't make a basket. They didn't put a point on the board for 6 minutes. And you end that quarter with simply a 13-point lead? Doesn't feel great to me. Doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great, man. Just that Harden, 24, 11, and 3. He does have the double-double. We'll fill that in. He does have the double-double. 24 as well. He's 1 point away from the marker we have for him. Tobias Harris has 14 points. He needs one more. Cunningham has 12. Not looking good for the 30 ball. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. Merrill bringing it down. Where's the double-double? Down here. Okay. We'll fill that in a second. Strus up top, swings it over to Mitchell, swings it over to Mobley, over to Merrill. Merrill across the baseline, picks up his hand on the paint, gets over to Mitchell, falling away, shot along the baseline, can't get it to go. And a loose ball foul on the Cavs, and the ball will go to the Pistons. Thompson, 3 stocks, looking like he's not going to get that tonight because he is not playing a bunch. Still out of the game. Here come the Pistons bringing it down. Cunningham up top. They got a nice opportunity here. They continue to just get a couple stops, couple scores. They're right back into it and put the pressure back on the Cavs. They're down 2-1 in the series. Cunningham spins in the paint. Fall-away jumper over Wade. Can't get it to go. Excellently contested. Here comes Mobley. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it down. On the left wing. Gets it over to Strus. Pump fakes. Coming to his left. Has a lane. Slips it inside to Mobley. Mobley with a nice layup over Paul Reed. That's the thing with Paul Reed. As good as Paul Reed is, not much of a rim protector with the size. He's got pretty good timing, but, you know, if he just has to go up and contest a guy with size and strength, that's where he gets into a ton of trouble in the paint defensively. Mobley with yet another block on Tobias Harris there. They can't get out Cunningham off the loose ball. He throws up a 3, can't get it to go. Wade with the rebound, can't hold on to it. Mitchell catches it. Shot out of a cannon, pushing it the other way. 15-point lead. Euro down the lane. Gets the layup with the right hand, and it's a 17-point lead. There you go. That's exactly what you didn't want to see happen if you're a Pistons fan. Up by 17 again. They're going to need an answer. Cunningham really struggling in the second half, has yet to score or pick up an assist, by the way. They leave it inside for Paul Reed, and he gets fouled by Strus. Lano Mona's with double Lano. Series going 7. More rest for the Knicks. I mean, I think the Knicks are getting a perfect amount of rest. The longest amount of rest they could have. The series either starts on Sunday or it starts on Tuesday, depending on if it goes 7. So either way, they're getting a proper amount of rest. 10:28 to go. 17-point game. 94-77. Cunningham gets it into Robinson. Robinson hands it off to Cunningham. Being guarded by Merrill. Coming to his right. Driving it down in the paint, layup with the right hand, can't get it to go. Duren the offensive rebound. No, it's a shove off on Duren. You just came in the game for B-ball Paul Reed, who was hooping Duren. And your first action, you pick up your 4th foul immediately. Here comes Strus bringing it down. Tough night for Duren, man. I tried to defend him a little bit, but it's been a really tough night, especially when you consider Paul Reed coming to the game and being awesome. Strus kicks it up top to Merrill. He swings through to his left down the lane. Throws up a wild shot at the rim looking for a foul. Doesn't get it. Mobley the offensive rebound. Out to Mitchell down the lane. Takes a bump. Floater. Got it to go. Donovan Mitchell gives them a 19-point lead. Cleveland starting to run away with a little bit here. Pistons really struggling offensively. Dennis Jenkins in the right corner. Now brings it out to the right wing. They get it to Duren in the post being guarded by Mobley. They dig down. He loses the handle on the ball, and it's out of bounds off of Jalen Duren. Oh, my goodness. He comes into the game, and it completely starts to fall down and throw it away and crumble under the pressure right now. Back-to-back turnovers for Jalen Duren. First on the offensive foul, going for the rebound, pushing off on the defender. And then just in the post, mishandling it, and then Dean Wade knocks it out of his hands, and then it's out of bounds off of Duren. Cavs looking to get a 20-point lead. They swing it over to Merrill, attacking to his right. They get it up top to Mobley. Oh, he'll fire a 3. He'll miss it. Whew. Long rebound. Cunningham picks it up. He'll bring it down the other way. 9:20 to go. Timer slightly ahead. Cunningham up top, coming to his left, off the Duren screen, driving it down against Mobley in the lane. Cross-court pass. Harris, right corner, pump fakes. And they wanted to travel, but it looked like he held on to that one pivot foot. He has Mitchell in the post, backing him down. They're showing 2 defenders. He's coming to his left, middle of the lane. Foul line jumper, too strong, can't get it to go. Strus comes flying in for the rebound, and the Detroit Pistons are going ice cold here in the second half. Mitchell bringing it down in the right wing, putting his head down, attacking, takes a bump, flips up at the rim, can't get it to go. And a late foul call is called. And he'll go to the foul line for 2 free throws with a 19-point lead. Wow, what a turnaround, man. What a turnaround. Rose said turnovers and fouls hurting the Pistons. Turnovers, fouls, missed shots. Everything. Nothing going right for them right now. Knicks fans, Detroit, P Stains is crazy. See in the morning said, see what Duren does? What do we do, Sheffy? Unfortunately, you will be paying that man a lot of money to play basketball for you next year. Unfortunately, brother. Project Slab said, curious, is there lore behind the prop mic? I need something to do with my hands. I need something to do with my hands, or else I'll stand up here like this all night long. Or like this. And that's not a good look. That's not a good look. So I need something to do with my hands, so I'll hold the prop mic. Occasionally, I may hold the pointer. And it may not really do anything or point to anything, but I need to hold something. I need something to do with my hands. Something to do with my hands. Mitchell knocks down both free throws. Mitchell knocks down both free throws. A 21-point lead for the Cavs now. Cunningham driving it down. Layup against Jared Allen. Got it to go. Mitchell will bring it down against Thompson, who's finally back in the game. Mitchell, they finally put Thompson back in. And Thompson comes up struggling. And Mitchell just blows past him and gets fouled going to the basket. Thompson, something with his ankle, foot, leg. See it? Did he roll it? Did he twist it? Ooh, slight roll. Slight roll on the left ankle there for All-Star Thompson. And then just stop playing basketball. I don't know, brother. You kind of have to keep playing basketball, though. He just, rolled it a little bit and was just like, ah, man. It's like, at least, be like, ah, dang, let me try and stay in front a little bit. He just gave Mitchell a wide open lane to the basket. What was that, Thompson? What was that? Way too lackadaisical. Do you know this is a playoff game, Thompson? I know you just hurt your ankle, but, it's a mini slight roll. Rose said Mitchell bingo. What does Mitchell have? Mitchell with 32. My goodness, he's blowing past. He's blowing past the 30-point marker we got for him. Donovan Mitchell, where you at? Where you at, Mitchell? Down here. We're starting to fill some spots in on the bingo card. Mitchell knocked down both free throws. 8:30 to go here. Pistons bringing it down, trailing by 21 points. LeVert over to Duren. Duren up top being guarded by Jared Allen. Coming to his left, hands it off to Cunningham. Coming to his right, foul line, double clutch jumper, got it to go. Looked like it was a straight line drive from Cade Cunningham. He double clutched off the foul line pull-up jumper. He did get it to go down, though. Cunningham up to 16 points. Mitchell will bring it down. Up top, crossover to his right on Thompson. Hesitates, down the lane, throws a wild swing pass out to Strus. Strus up top, gets it out to Wade. Wade gets it over to Harden. Harden with 24 points coming to his left off the screen. Stops, picks up his handle, swings over to Mitchell. Catches and fires, no hesitation over Thompson. Throws up an air ball. And the ball's going to go to the Pistons. Excellent defense from Thompson there. Maria said no recovery for Detroit. I mean, we'll see. 19-point game with 7:45 to go. Just under 8. It's not out of the realm of possibility. LeVert bringing it down, being guarded by Schroeder. They got to lock in here, man. They got to lock in. No Stewart in the second half, by the way. They're going with Duren and Duren. There you go. Big two-handed slam over Jared Allen. Going right to the basket. Strus gets it over to Jared Allen, being guarded by Duren. Duren playing with the 4 fouls. Jared Allen gets it over to Harden. Harden swings through to his left. Rejecting the screen, step back, pump fake spins, gets it out to Strus. Quick catch and fire in the left wing for 3 off the back rim. Long rebound, Wade has it back over to Strus. Strus gets it back to Wade. Wade gets it to Harden in the post, being guarded by LeVert. Harden, we need a basket. Harden, we need a basket for the prop. You got 24 points. We need 25. Steps through. Pump fake. Step through. Lefty layup. Gets blocked. Allen off the rebound. Gets stripped again. Loose ball. Thompson picks it up. Shot out of a cannon. Pushing it. Kicks it out. Cunningham. Right wing three. Transition in rhythm. Got it to go. And it's back to 14 with 7 minutes to go. I'm saying game not over yet. I'm trying to tell you, not out of the realm of possibility. Timeout from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kenny Atkinson wanted to quell some of that momentum being built by the Cavs there. Nate Jackson, Mitch makes 1 of 3 free throws instead of 2 of 3. That's one lousy point. Fans cry about, but ignore the second chance, 5 offensive rebounds, and steal a game, 6 extra possessions. Absolutely, Yak, absolutely. They don't know what they're watching. Mike Hirsch said, these fouls also end up getting their team in foul trouble. We shoot more shots ourselves. Yes, indeed. So let's take a look real quick at our bingo card. Where are we standing? Where are we standing? As a matter of fact, let's fill in a couple things. We have the double-double and the Mitchell for 30. So let's just update that so then we can cleanly go through it. Okay, so we need Harris for 15. He's got 14 points. We need Tyson for 10. You only got the 1. He's not getting 10 tonight. I haven't even seen him in the second half so far. Allen for 15 and 8. And Jared Allen has 9 and 5. Not looking likely, but still not out of the realm of possibility. Harden for 25. He's got 24. We need a triple-double from somebody. We're not getting it. Cunningham for 30 is not looking great, although he has 19. 11 more points, not out of the realm of possibility for Cade Cunningham either. He can go off here in this fourth quarter and pull it off for the Pistons, so we could also be rooting for that, but that's not going to get us close to bingo. What's going to get us bingo here? Logo 3. We haven't seen one here tonight. No 4-point plays, no failed. We haven't had any challenges yet. No failed challenge. Robinson 3 threes, and a successful challenge could get us bingo in this row. Or we can look for Strus for 10 points and 2 threes. He's got 5 points and 1 3 tonight, so again, still halfway there. He hasn't really taken a ton. The Fleas! What's up, Fleas? Very generous of you, brother. As always, appreciate you, Big Dog. He said, what's up, Chevy? Let's go Cavs. Only for this series. Knicks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got to find something to root for, considering we're not going to see our Knicks for another week. Astra's Cat. What's up, Astra? My guy, Mark Avon. Knicks can be either of these teams for sure. I also believe. Detroit Boy said, no Holland, no Green. Both teams going with a much more strict second half rotation here. Just rounding out here, no technical fouls, no goaltends tonight. Have we had a goaltend? I don't think we have. Duran for 20 seems highly unlikely. Thompson for 3 stocks, I don't think so, considering how limited his minutes have been tonight for a multitude of reasons. Has not played well, but also not in foul trouble, as always. He's got 1 steal, so 2 more combined steals or blocks. So we have a 14-point game with just under 7 minutes to go here. 100-86. Cleveland is at home. See if they get some home cooking. DB, what's up, DB? Wemby is a pretender. Not tough and won last. Okay, good luck with that. Good luck with the 22-year-old alien. TD in the morning said the Pistons are smart. They will drop some plays for stops. They're going to have to draw this. They're going to have to draw this out. Yeah, I mean, there's no 10-point shot. It's gonna have to be a lot of stops and scores. You're gonna have to be chipping away at it, which is possible. This Cavs team can get very stagnant. Surprised we're not seeing Donovan Mitchell in the game again. Again, it's the fourth quarter, pivotal game. You could tie it about 2 games apiece. How is Donovan Mitchell not in the game with 7 minutes to go? You trying to sneak a little bit of rest out of them? Brother, it's the playoffs. Put him out there. Mitchell up top being guarded by Cunningham, pulls it out. Cunningham applying a ton of pressure to Harden out here. Harden's going to dance with it, coming to his left off a Wade screen. Harden pulls it out again, picks up his handle, gets it over to Wade, gets it back to Harden. Harden at the logo. Swings through to his left, off the Wade screen, driving it down, out to Wade. Wade, pass fake, driving it down, sees a lane to the rim, lefty layup, throws up an air ball with the lefty layup attempt, a shot clock violation. What was that, Dean Wade? What was that? Can we get Tyson in the game or something? My goodness. The Fleece said 7-game series, please make them exhausted. That's what I'm rooting for. LeVert will bring it down. 6:30 to go. LeVert up top being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. I don't know what this rotation is for Kenny Atkinson right now, but lean on your starters, brother. You're in the fourth quarter. Cunningham threw the ball to Jalen Duran, wide open, cutting to the rim, and Duran just not paying attention. Cunningham threw him a dime. It was right here in front of his face, and Duran just standing there. Ball comes his way. He's like, ow, hits his hand and goes out of bounds. Cunningham is trying, man, but Duran is letting him down, and Cunningham picks up a foul out on the perimeter and then sarcastically claps at the ref. And here comes Donovan Mitchell. What is the point of taking him out for like a 2-minute stretch there? What is the point of that? What kind of breather is that? Mobley's also going to come in for Wade. Why was Mobley also off the court? What are these rotations? Like, at least go down swinging with your best lineup. Like, JB Bickerstaff is like, all right, Cade Cunningham, you're playing the whole fourth quarter, brother. TD in the morning said, I'm convinced Duran is actively trying to make us lose. I Schroeder has it up top. He's being guarded by LeVert. Coming to his right, driving it down in the paint, in the corner to Mitchell. And a foul before the shot attempt along the baseline. And I believe that's a foul on Thompson. That'll be All-Star Thompson's only third? I thought he had more fouls than that. Someone just said hoping for Wemby injury or Turkey? Hoping for injury. It's crazy, brother. It's crazy. Keenar said we would be calling for Atkinson to be fired. I don't understand his rotations at all, Keenahara. At all. There's a reason. I guess there's a reason why after he got fired from Brooklyn, New Jersey, from the Brooklyn Nets, why it took him a while to get another job and had to be an assistant for a while. Tuesday morning said, put me in the game. I would have caught that pass. To try and give a little bit of an excuse for Jalen Duren. He thought Cunningham was shooting it, so he was going to the rim, looking at the rim, looking to crash for an offensive rebound. And Cunningham threw him the pass at the last second, going up to shoot and then throwing the pass. But Jalen Duren wide open under the paint after Cunningham had two defenders on him. You got to be ready at all times, man. Got to be ready at all times. He's just not locked in. They get over to Cunningham up top, being guarded by Schroeder. Schroeder accidentally hits him in the face. Mitchell did knock down both free throws, so it's a 16-point game with 5:42 to go. DB said, you're forgetting he's a Giant? I don't care about Wemby, brother. We're in the fourth quarter of Pistons versus Cavs right now. We're talking about Wemby. Harris puts up the jumper over Schroeder looking for a foul, doesn't get it to go. And the Pistons doing way too much complaining to the officials wanting these foul calls right now. Mitchell on the left wing being guarded by Cunningham. Pulls it out, crosses back over to his right. Step back three. Mitchell feeling it like that. Oh, he's feeling it like that. 19-point lead yet again. Donovan Mitchell making sure they're bringing this back to Detroit, tied 2 games apiece. Cunningham on the right wing, dancing with it, coming to his right. Sees 2 defenders, pump fakes, hits Thompson coming along the baseline, reverse layup, got it to go. The Fleas with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you yet again, brother. Yet again. Why did I never restart the timer? We're under 5 to go now, just under 5. Thompson to get the reverse layup to go. I'll read your super chat in a second. The Fleas, appreciate you, brother. Schroeder up top. They swing it over to Mobley. Mobley along the baseline. Inside the Jared Allen. Spins. Shoves it over to Mitchell. Floater. Got it to go. The ball movement, the cutting. Impeccable here from the Cavs. Impeccable. 19-point lead yet again. Up top to Duren. Duren. Directing traffic. Putting his head down. Attacking Allen. Lost the hand on the ball. Picks it back up. Has it in the corner. He's got nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to go. Allen knocks the ball out of his hands. He's got nowhere to go again. Now they get it out to Harris. Harris with the shot clock winding down. He's got to make something out of nothing against Mobley. To the rim. Layup. Can't get it to go but gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. 4:22 to go. Time not on their side now. Isaiah Gardner said Duren is so trash. He just looks like a puppy out there. I mean, he is a puppy. He's only 22 years old. He's only 22. All right. Shout out my guy, the Fleas. Let's throw it back up. Throw it back up for my guy, the Fleas. I got to fix this. I want this to look different so we can see the comment. But shout out my guy, the Fleas. He said Duren shaving some zeros off his next contract. He don't want that money at all. Yeah, man. It's always, that could also be something playing a factor into it. Like, that's a lot of pressure to be like, man, I could sign a, whatever it is, $200 million contract this offseason. And he could be feeling the pressure of needing to play well for that money. Maybe that's getting to him too. But again, in the playoffs last year, it wasn't great either. Karis LeVert hits the deck as Mitchell crosses over. May have gotten tripped up on Mobley's feet, but either way, that's good on the highlight reel. Harden bringing it down to his left. Stop, step back, mid-range jumper over Thompson. Comes up short, rebounded by Cunningham, and Cunningham will bring it down. Cunningham up top, 4 minutes to go. Coming to his right, kicks it out. Harris wide open right corner 3. Can't get it to go. Clanks off the side of the rim. Thompson the offensive rebound. Gets it over to Duren. Duren looking to kick it back out. He don't want the ball. They hand it off to Cunningham. He spins to his right. Being guarded by Dennis Schroeder. He's going to step back. Pump fake, pump fake, pump fake. He's got nowhere to go. Kicks it over to LeVert. LeVert will look to take the shot. We know he wants to. He puts up the 3 over Mitchell. He throws up a brick. Fight for the rebound. Mobley picks it up. Here comes Mitchell bringing it down. 3:40 to go. And it's looking rough for the Pistons now. They get over to Mobley on the right wing. Being guarded by Harris. Up top to Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder directing traffic. He's telling Mitchell, get out of here. Dennis Schroeder, Karis LeVert having oh, Jared Allen tried to throw down a big alley-oop hammer. He can't get it to go. Rebound careens in the backcourt, and Mitchell able to grab it. Mitchell up top. Now 3 minutes to go. Mitchell spins off of Thompson, isolating, trying to dance with his shot clock to 5. Logo 3, put it in there. Can't get it to go. Mobley Going for the loose ball. Throws it in bounds. Cunningham made him pick it up, though. They get over to Harris. He'll take the lane in the paint. Floater. Can't get it to go. LeVert right there for the tip up and in. 15-point game with 3 minutes to go. And Harden will bring it down. Hit ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell on the left wing. It's going to be picked up by LeVert. Mitchell's going to attack. Crossover to his right in the lane. Throws up a floater over Duren. Can't get it to go, but a foul's called. He's going to the foul line for 2. And why is my timer not going? We got 2:48 to go. We have a timeout now, and we'll get there. Rose, Harris, bingo. I don't remember when he scored, but he's got 16 now. There we go. There we go. Harden is yet to score. He's sitting with the 24 points. Come on, James. I know you got it in you, brother. I know you got a basket in you, big dog. Nick Yak said Pistons average 104 in the playoffs. Won't even get that. Yeah, that's a pretty low number, too. What? No, timer's way far behind. Don't hit the timer button. Keep going, timer. Teeth in the morning said, well, I was not expecting this to be the Karis LeVert game tonight. Karis LeVert tonight, 24 points, and the Pistons are still going to go down, it looks like. 3 minutes to go. Not out of the realm of possibility yet again, but looking like. Thomas Higgins said, use the microphone. I can't hear you. Everything on my end looks good. Nobody else is complaining. So you might have to refresh the stream, Thomas. Refresh the stream, brother. Or put the volume up. Turn the volume on, big dog. Amy Machua, what's up, Amy? The Flea said, if Detroit gets some shooters, Eastern Conference is deep. Eastern Conference is deep. Oh, Thomas said I was kidding because I'm not holding the mic. I got you, brother. I got you. Well, when you say you can't hear me in the chat, I got to take it seriously. I got you, Thomas. My bad. DB said, this is Neil Breen, Cade tonight. Cade struggling pretty mightily. 19 points, 7 16. I guess not mightily. He's just under 50%. But 19, 4, and 6 with how many turnovers? 4 or 5? 4 or 5. 2:48 to go. There we go. We're caught up. Cade with 5 turnovers and 6 assists tonight. Not good, man. Not getting it done, Cade. 5 turnovers is not getting it done. Jason said, the Fleas, I tried to tell Chef before the series started about Duren. Everyone told me this was his series. You would think the reason he struggled in the Orlando series was because of the physicality and Wendell Carter Jr. and they had a great game plan and all these things. And then you come to this series and you're like, okay, well, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, a little light. Not as physically tough and strong. Jalen Duren should be able to dominate. And look, here's the thing. Even if the score wasn't there, Thomas said, a good calling. I'm a Knicks fan, so I hope you continue with the Eastern Conference Finals. Oh, of course, Thomas. I'm a Knicks fan too, brother. We don't miss Knicks games. Thomas. This started off as me just covering Knicks game, and it's exploded to me covering all the games. But Nick actually had he had 1 turnover at halftime. Yep. Yes, he did. Marks, extend this series. We're going to game 5. Tied 2 games apiece. Donovan Mitchell with 40 points now? Oh, my goodness. Mitchell showing up in a big way. He had a disastrous start to the game, by the way. Remember? He was 1 for 8 at one point? 2 for 9? Oh, my goodness. DB said, great play-by-play, by the way. You're one of the better. Appreciate you, DB. Appreciate you, brother. TT in the morning. Duren is so lucky he can't get fired. No, he's actually going to get the opposite, TT in the morning. He's going to get a promotion and a large bank account. Alex said, Spida is cooking everyone. He broke an ankle. He did break an ankle. Kind of. It's going to go in the highlight reel. What else do we have? Robinson for 3 threes. He only has 1 tonight. Duncan Robinson only has the 1 3. He's 1 for 2 from 3. They've done an excellent job of shutting his water off, not giving him any open looks. Yeah, we're kind of struggling for bingo. We're not particularly close anywhere, really. Unfortunately. All right, here we go. We're back into it. Mitchell at the foul line for 2 free throws. Miguel Rivera, what's up, Miguel? Big Cat MVP or Brunson? It'd probably be Brunson. Mitchell knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Cade Cunningham on the bench. Are they waving the white flag? Is this one over? It looks like they're waving the white flag. Marcus Sasser's even making an appearance here. They are waving the white flag. Los, what's up, Los? Come on, Chef. Microphone in one hand, pointer in the other. Stay poised. trying to do everything, brother. We're directing over here. We got the microphone going. But this one's wrapped up. The Pistons are waving the white flag. Mitchell with a 40 ball. He did knock down both of the free throws there. He's going to end his night looking like with 42 points unless he stays in and tries to pad his stats a little bit. But he's going to have over 40 points here. And an off-ball foul is going to put him at the foul line for 2. Tuesday morning said, I know we are not pulling a Philly. Hey, man. Philly got swept in 4 games. At least you won the first 2. But we'll see. Losing 4 in a row, I guess is what you mean. I'll tell you this, though. The Cleveland Cavaliers, though, TT in the morning, have yet to win a road game in the playoffs. So you might be all right. Even if this comes up chalk where, like in the Toronto series for Cleveland, they won all their home games and lost all the road games. They just had home court advantage. At least the Pistons have home court advantage here. So if this comes up chalk where all the home teams win, it's going to the Pistons. Mitchell up top, coming to his right. Jenkins switched onto him. Mitchell's going to dance with it, coming to his left, blows past him inside to Allen. They kick it out to Strus. Strus the 3. Strus can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Danish Jenkins picks it up. And we'll pull it down the other way. Forgot to hit the timer button, but that's because this game is over. Sasser with a step back 3. Sasser knocks it down. Maybe when you're struggling offensively, you might want to put in like a Paul Reed, Marcus Sasser unit just to try and get a couple of buckets. Oh, wow, I'm way off on the score. My bad. It's 97-109. It's still only a 12-point game. Why? Unless I guess they're going for, and my guy Villanette TV, appreciate it, but they said stay hydrated. I got you, brother. Mitchell missed the floater. Sasser bringing it down, attacking to his left in the lane, leaves it off for Paul Reed, a layup. Can't get it to go. Strus the rebound. It's a 12-point game with like 2 minutes to go. Why are you waving the white flag? I never understand this about teams. The Knicks would never. In a 12-point game with 1:30 to go, they think they could make that comeback happen. And I've seen them make a comeback like that happen. Harden a rhythm dribble pull up 3. I guess they feel like, well, we got nothing going, screw it. We're going to rest for the next game, I guess. I don't understand that mentality at all. And now the Cavs will empty their bench. No Keon Ellis tonight, by the way. I just saw him make his way to the scores table. Just that said, Tibbs would never. I mean, Mike Brown would never. This Knicks team would never. I don't understand. In a regular season game, fine, whatever. It's 1 of 82. In a playoff game, I'm going down swinging. I'm bringing the ball down, and I'm jacking up threes. And I'm like, screw it. I'm throwing up threes. Maybe I get this to a 7-point game with a minute to go. And then what? And then what you got to do? You know? Paul Reed jumps the passing lane, gets the steal, goes down the other way for a slam. The game's not over yet. It's a 10-point game with 1 minute to go. That's nothing. Some full court pressure here. Holland with the steal. And he's out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Cavs. It's a 10-point game with a minute to go. And Kenny Atkinson calls a timeout. He's not happy, but you just took everybody out and put your third stringers in. Don't be not happy. What is this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills tonight with some of the coaching decisions. Less so from JB Bickerstaff, although I'm not the biggest fan of Bickerstaff. More so with Atkinson. I think Atkinson has been awful. Thomas said they gave up. This is weird. T in the morning said Pistons were soft in the game. Can't believe this. We couldn't even lose the right way. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Are we not in the playoffs? Do you feel like 10 points in 1 minute is not possible? Of course it's possible. Of course. Yak said Bickerstaff and Atkinson are horrible. I think Bickerstaff is good. There's pros and cons to almost every coach, right? Pros and cons to almost every coach. There's cons to JB Bickerstaff that I think are pretty big cons, but there's a lot of good pros with Bickerstaff. He's going to put a competent team out there, right? He did so with the Cavs. He's doing so with the Pistons. Bickerstaff's all right in my book. He's not my favorite coach, and I don't know if I'd love him if he was coaching my team, but he's fine. He's fine. Atkinson, I'm looking at a little side eye. I have been flabbergasted with his decisions pretty much all season in particular, but particularly here in the playoffs, man. Here in the playoffs, I'm looking at it and I'm like, what are we doing? What are these decisions? Tyreek Smith, I left I left. Detroit was winning. I come back. The Cars are winning now. The Cars are calling them the Cars are crazy. The Cavs get it in. They pick. Looks like Craig Porter Jr.'s pocket or Proctor's pocket, somebody's pocket, and they get a run-out layup. And another timeout for the Cavs. Like I said, it's an 8-point ball game with 50 seconds to go, and both teams put the end of the bench guys in, waving the white flags. What are you doing? Play to the end. This is the weirdest ending to a playoff game I've ever seen in my life. Why would you not just put Harden and Mitchell back in? Why can't you do that? Why would you come back out with this lineup? Go win the game. You're not, like, what is the rule that says, well, we're up double digits? You're up 8. Put them back in. It looks like they are going to come back in. Isaiah Gardner said, I said the same thing, brother. I feel like this is common sense. What is the rule that says I have to put my end of the bench guys in just because the other team put their end of the bench guys in? Which, by the way, it's not really the end of the bench guys in. Like, Jenkins, part of the rotation. Javonte Green, part of the rotation. Ron Holland, part of the rotation. Paul Reed has been excellent tonight. The really only end of the bench guy they put in is Sasser, who's an offensive all player. I don't understand why Kenny Atkinson is like, well, fine, I'll put in my end of the bench guys. No. It was a 12-point game at the time, or a 10-point game, whatever it was. Put your guys back. Leave your guys in the game. Now he's got to put them back in. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Steve in the morning said, Chevy, this is what a lot of the Pistons fans have been saying. Do what got you here. Our bench isn't amazing, but they are determined. I'm baffled. Mitchell goes to the rim, misses the layup. Mobley, the offensive rebound and putback. Sasser's going to bring it down. You get one defensive stop here, and that's going to be the nail in the coffin. And they get the steal on Holland, and that's the nail in the coffin. See how easy that was? But instead, we had to use 2 timeouts and put the end of the bench guys in as if like you had to pull the starters out to get them some rest. You're getting them 1 minute of game time rest at the end. Tyrese Smith said, man, imagine Sheffy being the Knicks coach. I could see him on the sidelines yelling, veins popping out. I've said this before. I don't think I would be a good head coach at all. I think I might be a fire assistant coach, though. I think I could help prop up and support a head coach. I don't know if I'd be a good head coach. That's too much. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I could be a good head coach, but I think I would want the role of assistant coach. What an embarrassment. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And it's mostly for the Cavs. Like I said, Bickerstaff, fine. He's got some negative things that I don't like that he does, but as Mitchell splits a pair of free throws. But Kenny Atkinson, I'm looking at during the series, and I'm just baffled by his decisions. Sasser goes to the rim for the layup. Throw the home run to Merrill. Ball knocked out of his hands by Jenkins. 15 on the clock, and that's going to wrap it up. We're going to get up out of here. 112-103. There is a game later tonight. That is the OKC Thunder versus the LA Lakers, and I got to tell you right now, we covered Game 3 of that. That was the one real opportunity for the Lakers to actually try and make that a series. Even if the Lakers win tonight, this one's over. This one's over. Right, obviously the Thunder will move on. They're up 3-0. We knew it was going to be over anyway. So we're not going to cover that series because I did want to try and cover at least one game from each series. We got this one out of the way the other night. So this is the more entertaining series. This one will likely be over here tonight. It is what it is. We're going to move on. We'll have 2 series remaining here in the second round before we move on to the conference finals. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me all night. And again, we got a couple of minutes left. We'll stay hanging around until the final buzzer, which is going to come in about 8 seconds here. Sasser's going to throw up a 3. He's going to miss it. Rebound. Out of bounds. I guess we're not going to get to the to the buzzer, but shout out all the channel members. Whether you gifted a membership or you decided to become a member, all on your own. I appreciate your generosity and your support nonetheless. Shout out all of the people who contributed super chat. Shout out my guy The Fleas for a couple of them. Shout out Project Slap. Appreciate you, big dog. Very generous of you guys. Buzzer Beater also contributed. Shout out Lance who subscribed. Oh, that was a while ago, but appreciate you guys very, very much for your support. Very much so. And that's going to be the final score right there, 112-103. There it is. And we'll meet again tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Spurs versus Timberwolves. Of course, we don't have any more Knicks games until next week. But tomorrow we have Timberwolves versus Spurs. And then we'll see what we have after that. Wednesday, we know we will have Cavs, Pistons yet again. And then we'll figure it out from there, see how long these series get extended, obviously. But Spurs, Timberwolves tied at 2 games apiece. Now Cavs, Pistons tied at 2 games apiece. So with that being said, again, we'll see each other tomorrow. Tomorrow's game is an 8 o'clock start time, so we'll be live same time, 7:45. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. The Fleas, Justice's Dad, Mike, DB, Joseph, Yak, Eric C, K Hazy, everybody in the chat, TT in the morning. Good luck, brother. We didn't even get bingo, TT in the morning. We didn't even get bingo. But we're going to walk away. Hopefully we get bingo tomorrow night. Appreciate you guys. Remember, first you for bed. Stay hydrated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.